Hey, PFC Nation. Tom here.
This is Al.
It's Tiki.
This is Haas.
Thanks for listening to the show. Just wanted to ask you guys to please rate us a 5-star on iTunes. Rate and review the show. Goes a long way in helping us grow. And obviously, the more we can grow, the more we can give back to the PFC Nation.
The more we grow, the more we show, guys. Get it?
We're growers, not showers.
I was going to allude to that. There's something like we're all bigger now.
Is that good?
Well, look, either way, guys, we need those reviews. They help us big time. So please. Hell yeah, we're still going out. This is going in it, dude. This is going to be an intro for the next 10 episodes.
I just want to hear the show.
All right, guys, into the show. Thank you for support. Peace.
One love.
Matt Ritchie, dude. The big game scorer.
Shakira.
Oh, bad boy.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Dude.
Oh,
It's wrapped up, man.
boy, oh, boy. It was a good year. It was a good year, boys. It was a solid season.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But.
I'm on tonight. J. Rodriguez, hips don't lie tonight. And you know, he will score against United and suck it. Jose. You know he's on tonight. It's West Brom, and they're the worst ingredient United.
Dude, the dude that's gonna finish below Burnley FC is singing right now.
Thank you.
Does that make sense to anyone else? Does that make sense?
I know you guys like my little rendition there.
Gonna get smacked up by Athletic.
I don't know if like is the word I'd use, but
what word would you use?
Dude, we're talking about PFC 237.
It's over.
The champions have been crowned.
It's over.
Manchester City are the 2017-2018 Premier League champions. They do it with 5 games left.
Round of applause. Boo. No.
Give it to 'em.
Put those
You
hands
got
down.
it.
That was just a fake
sorry,
out.
guys,
We're
I'm not
talking about
clapping
fake
to
out.
that.
They won, man. They won.
I will
They
be
earned
golfing. I'll be on the 19th hole. Fuck off, Pep. I hate that guy.
So he's
I'm not
like,
gonna
one
watch
more.
the game.
I hate
One
that.
more at the end of his game. Yeah,
it.
man.
Absolutely choked by United. United going down to West Brom 1-0 at Old Trafford today. But City,
So it begins.
before we get into that game, taking care of business against a quiet Tottenham Hotspur.
At least
3-1.
At least we have to see them celebrate at the final whistle. Like,
Agreed.
oh, they won it and they finished the game. It was like it was delayed. It was no fanfare.
They were all
It was just,
separate.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
gone.
You're
So
gonna
it
have
wasn't.
to see it. That's
So
the
it's
thing.
fine.
You're gonna have to see it. Maybe not the
Well,
way
we'll
you're
see
saying today.
when they get the
but-
trophy. We'll see it and all that.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I mean,
after
last
the
week-
next home game.
It's,
yeah,
it's
you're
just,
gonna
it just
be mad.
softens the blow.
Yeah,
It does.
We don't have to do a guard of honor and have applaud them
No
under
doubt.
the pitch.
Dude, last week they had fireworks at the stadium. There were articles coming out of all the plans they had after
Jay-Z
they
was
beat
there,
United. And it didn't happen, man. So for me, look, it was bound to happen. Obviously, we did not expect it like this. I don't think anyone expected
Even
United to go
Jose in
down.
his press conference was like, "Look, it's over. They've won. Whether it's today, tomorrow, or next week, it's over." So we knew it was coming.
Absolutely,
But
man.
I will say that to win the title on a 3-1 victory over Spurs is a good way to do it.
Absolutely.
It's a convincing way to do it. I don't think Spurs really showed up in the first place. But, I mean, Spurs, they won their last 5 games on the trot. It's going to be 6 for 6. They're in good form. It's not like they're, up and down.
And it was the way they beat Spurs too.
Yeah.
It was in classic Man City fashion, dominating possession, creating chances on goal, composure in the build-up. I mean, I thought that towards the end of the first half, Spurs scored right before the half ended. They definitely wanted the first half to continue, but the way City came out in the second half was just absolutely incredible.
That first goal was sick.
Oh, we got snacks with us.
I'm humble today. I'm gonna bring
Snacks?
some fire. What's going on, guys? Shout out to PFC for bringing me back. Yeah, I'm humbled. I'm not gonna. I got some fire takes, but I'm not gonna say I don't have the energy because just coming on the show is just an experience in and of itself.
Bring the fire.
But yeah, no, good to be back. Good to be back. I mean, again, just kind of going off what all you guys said. Man City. I mean, they've been dominant. We all saw it coming. We can't deny it. So, I mean, congratulations to City. You've got like maybe a quarter of the titles United got. So, still not a big club yet. But I mean, you still gotta shout them out. I mean, they did it in such dominating fashion. And I mean, rumor has it Pep Guardiola signed a new contract. So it's gonna be interesting to see the years to come whether he can sustain this. Because like, I think Tiki said either last week or the last time, the first time I was on the show, he said, this is just a freak year. This doesn't happen often. So if Pep does it again, is that the standard for the Premier League? You know what I mean? Now it's up for teams like United, like Liverpool, especially Liverpool now, just the way they're improving, just so quick and stuff like that.
Well, you know what? I hear what you're saying, Snacks. And I think next season's going to be a completely different story for Man City because they've been found out. United's had at them. Liverpool toyed with them. To beat a Pep team. Crystal Palace had them 0-0, penalty in the last minute that they didn't convert. They could have beat them 1-0. The formula is there to beat Pep. It's like when Conte this season. Everyone figured him out real quick. That was it for him.
Here's where I agree with you is that now we know what they're about, right? So there's no surprise.
Dude, we knew in January, but no one could stop it. Everyone's like, oh, it's not going to continue. They kept continuing.
We knew in November. We knew in November.
But the style, look, for me, the main concern is how they actually perform towards the end of the season. Throughout the season next year, I think they'll be consistent as well. But it's those clutch moments. We saw them lose, 3 games? They hadn't lost 3 games.
They lost 2. This was going to be the third.
No, they lost 3.
They lost 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Lost and then Liverpool again.
You're right, guys.
This was going to be their 4th, so they hadn't done that in a long, long time. So that was towards crunch time, right? So my thing with Pep is there's a major letdown with the Champions League, but congratulations on them winning the league. I agree with you, Al. I agree with you, but I just think that the style of football they play is going to actually allow them to be successful.
All they're missing now is just depth. That's all he's going to go. He's going to go back into the market, probably spend $200 million on one certain position again, and
probably
he's
the
just
back
going to
line
rebuild.
Because that offense is ridiculous.
I think the craziest thing about this game, and we'll get into the goals later, but I'm going to skip to the end of the second half, where the score was 3-1 or 2-1. And Pep makes the change to take off Sané, put on Otamendi. The first negative change he's made in 2 years in Manchester. He's always attacking. Oh, we're going to beat them with more goals, more width, more possession.
I think after what happened last week,
he's learning, man. Dude, all you have to do is convert your game a little bit. Play your system 99% of the time, or 2% of the time. 2 games a year, 3 games a year. You mix it up.
You go pragmatic.
You don't got to be yourself every single game, and he's learning that finally. He learned it the hard way.
He put Raheem Sterling in the middle.
Yeah.
That's another thing he did.
He was dangerous.
That completely threw Spurs off. They could not deal with his speed, his ability to find those pockets of space and go by guys.
Vertonghen and Davison Sanchez had a nightmare together. I thought Vertonghen was dominant, anticipating the play, stepping up. Him on the ball, I rate him more than Toby. But the communication between the two of them, they were 10, 20 yards apart at times.
See, I thought
Sterling was busted right down the middle.
You know what that is,
Sanchez was way too high, man.
You know what that is? It's the City movement. They stretch you in the back, so you're fullbacks. You're usually used to having them
It happened
tighter.
like 5 times with Davison. He was at
Bro, it was just balls over the top. They were in every single time.
That's what I'm saying. It's
the
the
high line
City
too.
stretch, dude. You have to help out Trippier out wide with Sané, so you have to cheat over that way. But on the other side, you got Davies going against Sterling, and so Vertonghen cheats. So that's why
because
Pep
Spurs
insists
is
on
fast in the
everyone
back too.
stretching.
They like to play that high line. And
Yeah.
you can't really do that against City, man.
You can. That's how Liverpool plays him. They play him high. You got to press him high. The difference is
You gotta take the
Tottenham
ball
just
away
didn't
from
have
them. That's
the
how you
energy levels.
That's what you got to do. Is you just got to take the ball away from them. And then
high
just
press.
one thing, kind of what Tom was saying, unfortunate Champions League performance by them.
You're getting all the
For me, I think this is bigger for them than winning the Champions League because my thought process is, and this is why I don't think Liverpool will win the Champions League, no matter how on fire all their players are, is if you can't win in your own league, like Manchester City did it comfortably, and they didn't really set themselves up for the Champions League very well, I'll say. But if you don't win your domestic league, you have no business winning the Champions League. Because if you can't say you're the best in your own country, and I think Real Madrid is the exception.
I was gonna say, what do you say about Real Madrid?
Real Madrid's the exception because that league has the 2 best players in the world on playing on opposite teams. You know what I mean? But if you look at other teams, other than
But what about
Spain,
Chelsea?
But if you look at Spain and you look at England. With Italy, Juve, for the most part, I know this is a freak year, Roma are in, but usually it's Juve representing Italian, Italy, Bayern representing Germany. If there is a Dutch team, it's usually like Ajax or something like that. So for the big 5 leagues, like France, it's PSG.
But dude, what about when Chelsea
Well,
won
these are
it
just-
under Di Matteo.
These are
They were
just. I think
struggling,
these are just
manager
like.
got fired.
I think these are
You know
just
what I
like
mean?
anomalies, and they're just like little like.
Like Leicester
just,
City
like,
years.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like
In
it
general,
happens.
I'd agree with you. Typically, if you do dominate your domestic league, you're going to go far in the Champions League. Doesn't mean you're going to win it, no, but I do agree there is some sort of correlation.
Exactly.
It's more. I mean, you're more consistent. You're more reliable. You're a
Well,
more
that's-
legitimate
and
team
that-
if you can do it over 38 games.
And with that thought process, I just don't see Liverpool winning it just because of
Dude,
that.
But, but Rafa Benitez,
Dude,
man,
I think
Rafa Benitez was not a big.
Yeah.
He didn't win a lot of
Dude, I think
league
every-
titles, but cup competitions he would win.
Yeah, man. Every 3 years or 4 years, I think the Champions League does have like that upset kind of team. Liverpool could absolutely win this.
Snacks, you've been on some
The-
hater shit since
yeah.
you started. You didn't congratulate Man City right out the gate, and then you brought up their disappointment with Champions League to bounce off by, and now you say Liverpool can't
I
win
just
the
no.
shit, or won't?
I just.
Dude, they got the best draw they could ever hope for. In a final, it's a one-game playoff. It's a one-game playoff.
And you have
All
the
they to
hottest
do-
player in the world right now.
All they have to do is get by Roma, and to
I don't know
respect
about that.
Roma,
Second, my bad. Second.
Yeah, I
to
can agree with
respect
that.
Roma, it's a tough. It's you know,
Roma's coming
Roma
off a
could do it,
hard beating Barcelona.
but you'd
11
much rather play Roma than Bayern or Real
100%.
Madrid. So they won the draw already. Like
No,
as far as like favorite.
And sure, they could get to the final, but I'm not putting them. I'm not putting anyone over Real Madrid. Even after almost the near collapse.
Look,
and
I
they got
agree with you
bailed
with
out.
that. They're the favorites.
They're the
At this
favorites,
point, they're
but like,
the favorites.
yeah,
I agree.
but
with
it's
that.
a final, man. They got Liverpool has a puncher's chance. Put it that
I would
way.
love.
Yeah,
I
I
would
know.
love to see Liverpool versus Madrid in the final.
I think.
That would be
incredible,
I just want to
man,
see it with
because
us.
I think
I want to
think
see it
the
with
mag-
us. 'Cause I'm not giving them any chance.
I want to see.
So like my what I'm thinking of what's going to happen in the future is like me and Huss will be setting Salah will miss like a sitter. No, Salah! No! And then Ronaldo scores on the other end or something like
Dude,
that.
I'm just waiting for Marcelo versus Salah, dude.
And that's gonna
Oh,
be.
that's the
That's
battle, right?
That's the battle, dude.
Yeah.
That's the weak
Definitive.
spot.
It's not the weak
spot.
Dude, that
They
battle,
make
that,
him defend.
that battle's been months in the happening. All this talk about Marcel being the best LB. Now we got Salah the challenger.
Best left forward, bro, in the world. Marcelo.
Man's
Yeah, hell of a
wing
winger.
back.
Yeah.
But
Wing
going
back.
back,
Yeah,
getting
let's
back
wrap
to the
this
get,
game
getting
up.
back to the game, man. The penalty for on Raheem Sterling,
Bro, Hugo Lloris
Hugo
is awful.
Lloris outside the box.
That's garbage.
Moss,
That's a,
what he-
Should have been a red card though. Studs up, flying tackle.
He's an
What are you gonna
idiot.
say about that?
He's an idiot.
I don't
Dude,
think
no, it's a
red.
yellow. I mean,
Hugo?
it's an EPL
Yeah.
yellow.
Sucks.
He's the worst.
Ugo's terrible.
Yeah, nah, he's
Thank
been
you.
falling
You said
off.
last
He's
week
been
that
sliding
Hugo
off.
was good. That's
Man,
Not me?
I still love Hugo, dude.
he loves
I
it.
love
Yeah, he
Hugo,
does.
dude. I
You
rate
like him because
Hugo.
of his 88 rating in FIFA. That's why.
Yeah, because he's legit.
He's
No,
legit.
no,
Nah, he's
no,
been
no.
sliding,
He
dog.
is letting
You guys
some
are
absolute
sleeping.
howlers.
You
You
this
guys are
season.
sleeping.
Nah,
Absolutely sleeping.
You sleeping?
There's
We're
no
moving
way,
with the
dude.
times. He
Dude,
used to
he's-
be that dude. He's not that dude
He
like that.
still is that dude. Watch him in the World Cup.
Yeah,
you guys
watch.
are sleeping. Yeah,
He's gonna be the
absolutely.
reason why.
Exactly.
It's gonna be the
concede
reason they
like the
freaking
90s.
survived the round, dude. It's gonna save it to Gea style. This
Dude, I
time
gotta
it's
say,
safe.
Raheem Sterling's like the king of earning PKs. It's like him, Zaha, Jamie Vardy. I know statistically was up there as well.
Yeah.
This guy, even he missed some opportunities. Right, there was one where he actually showed great composure, touched it around Lloris, and then like hesitated to hit it, faked the defenders out, but then someone just ended up blocking it. But
Off the line, yeah.
saving it off the line. I think we're seeing the growth of Raheem Sterling throughout the game. Commentators were not nitpicking, but they were criticizing.
I
his
don't know. I don't know
misses.
if he'll
You know
ever
what? They
have it.
listen
I
to
don't- I don't
PFC.
think. I don't
They
think
must
he'll-
be listening to PFC.
They were
'cause
all pulling Huss comments. Like, he needs to be more clinical.
No, but I don't think he'll ever.
that's outside the box. He's just gonna
Exactly.
do better than that.
I don't think he'll ever have
Come on.
it. I don't think he'll ever have it.
No, he's
Not
he's-
not 7 for 10. He'll have
Dude,
it.
I think
maybe
under-
like maybe 50, he'll be 500.
But it depends
maybe.
what you're looking
He'll
for.
go 50-50.
I think
with
under
his chances,
Pep
but
he
I don't
will,
think he
bro.
can get
Yo,
I think
But it
under
better than
Pep he
50-50.
will.
I'd be shocked.
It depends what you're looking for. For me, Raheem Sterling, like he's scoring a lot of goals now, but he's not naturally a goal scorer. He
No.
doesn't, right? But he's great at getting you. He is great at getting you there. He's great at setting you up.
Hey, Snacks, guess who else wasn't a natural goal scorer and now has 40 goals all competitions?
Who, Tom? Tell us, bro.
Mohamed Salah.
Thank you, dude.
Same
Salah.
thing, a winger who could score, but he just hadn't quite found that confidence, that groove, that system.
Mo-
And Raheem
Sterling's
Sterling has found the right system.
Sterling's right foot is a brick.
And you have-
Salah's left foot is carved out of ivory, man. It's a
Well,
beaut.
what about Sterling's left foot? Because he smashed in that goal with his left
I
foot.
gotta-
2
I
yards out, bro.
but-
He had his eyes
Smashed it.
closed.
Let me say this too. Mo Salah also went like abroad, and he had like a lot more leeway to like develop himself as a player. Right now, Raheem Sterling is like every week he's just thrown on the fire where he has to perform. So he doesn't have like that same like leeway like Mo Salah did like Fiorentina and then his 2 years at Roma, where he's just like, okay, like I'm playing against weaker competition, like let me go at them. And I think he developed more as a player. And Sterling, like he's not. I think Raheem Sterling's really good. I would
Should have stayed at Liverpool.
He should have, yeah.
That's
but
what-
if you
to your
remember,
argument.
How are you gonna say that
To your
now
argument.
that he just won a title?
I'm just saying. I
Well,
gotta.
now it's a different story, but up until this
That's
point,
what I'm saying.
up
So,
until this point,
so he made the
way.
right decision. Unless Liverpool, what they go into win the Champions League, you might have an argument there. But still, like, would he have been that right winger where Salah's playing?
No, he wouldn't.
Well, they have brought in Salah
He's best
in
in
the
the
first
middle.
place.
In my opinion, he's best in the
Chaos
middle.
theory. We're getting into game theory.
If you
and all this
remember,
stuff.
if you remember in the 2014 World Cup, he was like the one thing that England had going for them, and he was like 17.
you
18.
forget Wayne Rooney.
Are you thinking? Hold on, Theo Walcott? Is that what you thinking about?
No, Raheem Sterling.
Okay, I thought you were
He
thinking
was.
Theo
He was.
Walcott.
I just remember saying, I was like, "Who is Raheem Sterling?" Like he's sick, and then I found out he played for Liverpool. I'm like, "Oh, well,
Bro,
this is
Dude,
very
17 goals on the year, man.
Come on,
this
bro.
dude is.
awkward. He's got more than Lukaku.
And this is his first year really doing it. So now
Exactly.
let's see next year, third
And
year.
he's got a manager who won't put up with the bullshit. If you're not performing, you're off, man. Him and Sane, start of the season, were battling for positions. Now they put him outside. It was when Aguero and Jesus were starting together. So, like, Sterling and Sane were the ones competing.
I love that he's willing
gonna
to play him at
compete.
center forward or false nine.
Dude,
I
he
love
played.
that.
Dude,
That's
he was a nightmare at
that's
number
so
9.
pep, man.
He was a nightmare at number 9,
Yeah.
proper nightmare,
Yeah.
and with the speed and his movement off the last.
Dude, but what about Sanchez's recovery speed on that, that break he had through the
Yeah,
middle?
bro,
First
that
of all, the
piece of-
acceleration on Sterling is...
See ya.
Dude, after he headed that ball forward, just ghosted him. But then
Oh,
the
how about
recovery
how
on
about the touch
Sanchez...
by
that.
De Bruyne?
It loosens.
Yeah.
This was
twist that to the-
outrageous. Ball.
Oh, word.
Was it like
Nice,
the ball came from the goalkeeper?
Yep.
And he was playing with his back to goal, has a defender on him, and he just touches with the outside of his right boot. First time through ball in the entering.
Unbelievable,
That
man.
was
All right, we
unbelievable.
done sucking these dicks. Yeah, they won the title, man. It's over.
Yeah, man,
Whatever.
Slobber
absolutely.
everywhere.
Let's
for him,
let's get
good
through
on
this next game really quickly.
No, we have to.
Man United 0,
Like a Band-Aid,
West
man.
Brom 1.
Right off.
Nah,
Jay, the
take your
racist
time.
Rodriguez.
I want to take from each of you guys.
Tom,
You know what I mean? Because you guys.
All right, I'll start us off. I'll get the fire going. Hold
Get
on.
it going.
Let me move the Instagram live to
Yeah,
me so
yeah,
people
what
can
up?
see it.
What up?
All right. I'm going to ask politely for no interruptions. Not saying that's a bad thing,
Your
but,
voice went high low there. Okay, let's go. Let's see where this goes.
but let me get this started. Romelu Lukaku, waste man. No other way of saying it.
I
Let me
love the hatred.
Let me tell you,
I love the hate.
in
Yeah.
FIFA,
let's
I
go.
bench him for this. All right, listen. Okay.
If you did not
I
triple captain him,
understand. Last week I said Mustafi, like all things considered, is the worst center back in the league because of how much he costs. Blah blah blah. Lukaku, in my opinion, falls into that same category. Let me tell you why. Look at his goal
aggressive.
production. Listen, in this game today, like I know we didn't set up to take like West Brom. We didn't set up to go after them. We set up 4-3-3 like we did against City. We were like,
Whose fault is that?
that's Mourinho's fault
Okay,
in a way.
boom.
But last week it worked. Why can't it work
because
against
it's
the worst?
West
Because you
fucking
were playing a
Brom,
different
dude.
team.
You're
What sort
playing
of men-
West Brom.
Thank you. Go in now.
You're playing West Brom. Why do you not play Rashford or Martial?
No, you're no.
Why do you play Juan Mata, who's a great ball player, and we need him to
Time out.
This
create?
is the
Fuck that. No,
worst
no,
team
time out.
in the league.
Why are you playing 3 midfielders in Anda and Matic, who both sit back, and Pogba, who is expected
I
to
will
drop
say
back?
that
Negative.
Herrera was advanced. Herrera was advanced.
He was definitely more.
But he wasn't,
But
like, we
that's
should have
not
had
his game.
Lingard
He's
more
not-
advanced,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that Lingard? And he made the sub at halftime for that because
Yep.
he realized Herrera sits too deep.
That's
We're at
not-
Old Trafford playing a team that's guaranteed to be relegated.
We're at Old
There's
Trafford,
no
man.
speed in attack. And I love Sanchez. I think Sanchez is a fantastic signing. I give him a pass this season. He's had an exhaustive last 4 years, carrying Chile and carrying Arsenal. This dude's going to be a stud. He's having a summer off. He's coming in for a fresh season. I love Alexis Sanchez. But this game, he let us down. This game, he refuses to take people on going out wide. Everything he
cuts in.
gets, he cuts in.
And then he'll either do the lofted ball in.
Dude, he had
or he'll
5
try
lofted
dribble in.
balls in the first 3 minutes of the game.
That's-
all dinks and chips the whole time. I was like, "What's going on? Is he using the
that's
two
what
body
he does.
last
tactic?"
week,
That's
but
what he
last
does.
week it worked. Last week
Yeah,
it
but
worked.
dude, it's
How
different.
are you
It's
gonna
week
apply
to
the same
week, man.
tactics to the same throughout
Dude,
the year?
it should have been
You're just
literally.
teams, bro.
This was the week to have Martial one
All
side,
speed team.
Rashford the other
Put all
side.
speed team.
Let's take these kids on and stuff it down their throats, man.
100%,
And
I'm
you're
with
giving
you.
you're giving these kids a chance.
Bro, they're already
against West Brom.
coming to think about it. They're the
But
worst
here's the
team
thing-
in
but
league.
here's the thing- but
the
he-
worst.
Worse,
here's the
bro.
thing.
They've won 3 games all year. They haven't won since fucking since
But here's the
November.
thing.
August.
But here's the
Fucking
thing.
hell.
That's a joke, son. That's a
31
joke.
losing streak. They're breaking on Manchester United's
Camera
back.
on him,
What
dog.
the fuck is this?
Wildin'.
Let me say this. I agree with Tiki 100%, and I got to shout out my guy Eames because he tells me this every time he sees Lukaku on the pitch. You will never see, and listen, Rashford and Martial, as much as I love them, they're not wingers. They're not, like Martial can get away with it, but Rashford, even on his best day, he's not like a. Other than the Liverpool game,
Dude, against it, it's not Real Madrid. It's West Brom.
No,
Get him
but
on the wing and get him to attack.
but
That's
here's
all
the
he has
thing.
to do.
Here's the thing: why waste him and put him on the wing?
Snacks. He's a game changer.
It's not a waste.
Under-
It's not a waste. It's not a
I
waste.
100% agree. Rashford should be on the pitch. I'm not saying he shouldn't be. What I'm saying is Lukaku shouldn't be on the pitch. Rashford
Facts.
should.
No.
That's
It's-
not the
it's
same.
not-
No.
It's his first
I'm
year. How
tired
many
of
goals
Lukaku being like scapegoat,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
He was the only player this
He
year
had
who was
two-
consistent.
And who's got
What?
all?
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Consistent.
Absolutely. The reason,
Matic, De Gea.
dude.
And then
defensively,
Lukaku.
Thank
Top
you.
three.
We're talking about
You guys.
offense.
No,
Thank
no.
you, dude.
Martial, Rashford,
No.
those
Come
guys
on,
aren't
dude.
consistent.
Dude, this guy put in
Lingard,
29 fucking goals this year
Come
for
on,
the
He's got
club,
26.
for the
He's
cause.
got 26.
29, bro. I'm looking on WhoScored.com.
This
He's
is a
got
lie.
29,
All
dude.
the people
Dude,
are
five Champions League goals in his first fucking year for Man United. 15 Premier League. Okay, 2 club friendlies. Those are the 2. FA Cup and an international friendly. You're right. He's got 25 goals. Snacks is
Three
right.
less?
high low. That's
Three less
You
than
know what?
Zlatan.
I was throwing in
Who
friendlies.
got injured in March?
Oh, thank you. But who are we talking about? Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's the fucking
That's the
class he's
comparison.
comparing to, dude. First year, this guy's a kid. He's
But
24 years old.
He's-
Strikers don't
no.
peak.
But he's
until
been in the
28.
league since he was 16.
It's a
He's been
different
doing
pressure.
work. He's been doing.
It's a
He's been in the
different
league for
pressure.
8 years.
Dude, let me
Snacks.
tell you the 8
I
years.
For Everton,
Yo, yeah,
it's
no,
different
Tom.
than
Playing
playing
for
for
West
United.
Time
Brom.
out.
What teams has he played on in
Here's
that
this
span?
fucking
I don't
kid.
care.
No.
I
Here's
don't
this
care.
fucking
You gotta
kid.
factor that in.
2013-14, 17 goals. 13-14, 15 goals. 10 goals, 18 goals, 25, 15. This kid has proven he is not the fucking problem.
No,
the
no,
numbers are there. He might not be cute. He might not be. His
Sometimes
touch
he got
is-
a raw touch.
He's got
He's
a
a bit-
raw
he's a
touch.
bit blocky.
Raw is
He's got
a very
raw-
PG way of saying trash.
Raw touch.
But look at
But he is not the problem with this club.
Here's
Where
what-
was Pogba
He's
today?
one of the problems.
Where's
He's
Pogba
one-
today?
Pogba didn't have a good game, but
So
he.
how you
but how
how
you
you
gonna
score
blame-
2
I'm
goals
not
against the
blaming
Man
the
City
whole-
midfield,
I'm
and
not
then you
blaming-
don't show up
I'm not
against
blaming-
West
And then we're
Brom
playing against Lukaku.
Jake Livermore?
I'm not. I'm not blaming the whole game on Lukaku, but what I'm saying is the big thing that I take away because we've had games where we've been absolute garbage and we've pulled out a result.
Agreed.
Right?
100%.
And
When you're
most
bet-
of
when
the time,
you're-
I'll give you an
Okay,
example.
go
16-17 season, Rochester United. You
Yep,
call on one
agreed.
guy to get you the goal at the end of the game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm not comparing him to Zlatan because he will never be Zlatan. I understand that. But my thought process is, all right, you're worth 75 million pounds. You come here. You're known. You have 100 goals in the Premier League. You're known as like a very good striker. You were sought out by all the big clubs in England and in Europe and what
Yeah.
stuff. So by that thought process, you need to be good. You need to be solid. I understand.
But
He
he
has
is
been
solid.
good.
He
He
has
hasn't
14.
solid.
What
He
happened to
hasn't been
Morata this
exceptional.
year?
Hey,
What's
I
Morata up to?
I tell you this. If Antonio Conte had Lukaku in his team this year, he'd be laughing. I bet you, man.
Different
I bet
story.
you Chelsea is not languishing down there in 6th.
100%.
They're probably
top three.
What I'm
top
saying
two.
is-
Arsenal have him.
because
What has
they,
Aubameyang and Lacazette actually
if
done
he,
compared to him?
if he had
Come on,
Willian
They've just started playing,
and
though.
Pedro and Chelsea's got a great creative attacking trident, more on the same page than United is at this point with Sanchez jumping in the mix. I think you put him on Chelsea, they're
Look,
performing better.
Your
This guy's
best-
a difference maker.
Your best player made an error in Nemanja Matic. I think he's been your best field player. It was unfortunate.
Who was
Also,
marking
and-
J. Rodriguez,
Lukaku
though?
failed.
Who was marking J. Rodriguez?
Yep.
That's like I think the 6th goal of the season that on a set piece when Lukaku's supposed to be defending, he's either just not marked to the guy or just stood
Sounds
on the
really
front.
hussy bro science.
I'm just saying.
six?
I'm just saying this. Listen.
Six?
That's
The
what
whole
it was.
team, like Mata was garbage. Like you said, Sanchez was bad. Pogba
Yeah.
was nowhere to be found. Herrera, like, didn't offer much. You know, Lingard when he came on didn't offer
Should have
much.
had a penalty.
I think,
Herrera.
though, yeah,
Agreed.
exactly. And that,
Agreed.
I think that's just karma for last week and Ashley Young just breaking people's legs.
By the way, Sergio Aguero couldn't walk after that game. After that
Yeah,
tackle
that
by
tackle was-
Ashley Young.
I don't know.
Couldn't
I-
walk.
Come on, I don't know how that wasn't a
I don't
PK.
know.
Should have been a red
Outrageous.
card,
Red
3-game,
card.
5-game
Yeah.
suspension.
But
That was
no,
crazy.
going back to the I understand that the team is bad. The only players that I'd say like had like a decent game were the center backs because they were not at fault for
Gea.
that goal and De Gea.
Great
Yeah.
save on Jake
Right?
Livermore.
Yeah.
The fullbacks are garbage, but what I'm like my
Garbage?
thing yeah, they were trash. They were garbage.
one, yeah.
Valencia's they're failed wingers who turn into fullbacks. Like I don't know what like these are
That's fact. Like I think
Failed wingers-
when they're at their best, that's good. But that is a fact. These guys used to be wingers and they were transitioned. That was never their natural.
That's not our weak point,
position.
though.
But no. What I'm saying
I think
is,
it's part. I think
I'm
you
just
could
trying to get to the
upgrade
We could upgrade.
overall point is that the big takeaway from this game is that Lukaku had 2 chances. One, you could argue,
One he should have taken. One should have
Yeah.
been a goal.
one
Yeah.
you could argue was
Yeah.
a sitter. You could argue excuse me, and the other was a header. Instead of going far post, you can go near post. The velocity, I'm bringing physics into this. The velocity of the ball. Ben Foster's not making that save, in my opinion.
Ben Foster had himself a game.
He never,
Yeah.
and other than the
let's give
Liverpool.
credit to Ben Foster, man. Saved with his face.
Listen,
X-Man, you
put his body in
Listen,
the
listen,
Listen,
Run it into you?
Lukaku. The thing with Lukaku is, I'm not saying he's the worst, but I don't like having
You're saying
him.
he's not the answer.
He's not the guy for me.
Olivier
Who would you-
Giroud at
who would you
Arsenal
rather
was not
have?
the answer.
He's
Who would you rather?
Harry Kane.
Oh
But
my God! In
but
a real world, who would you rather?
Marcus Rashford. Why not?
I love
When
that.
Marcus Rashford started for us at the number 9,
He's failed up there.
no, he hasn't. Get out of here.
He
Maybe
hasn't
no.
played enough. He hasn't been able to give.
What happened
given
his
enough
first
of an
Manchester
opportunity
Derby?
there.
First Manchester Derby. What happened? His first one.
Dude,
He
what
scored
happened to Macheda's? What happened to Macheda's first fucking
against
game?
Arsenal?
It's hard, dude.
Against Arsenal, his
He
first
got a
game.
brace.
He got a
Yeah.
brace.
Well,
Exactly.
Macheda got a
against
game
West
winner
Brom.
playing against Aston
when
Villa.
Zlatan went down and we had to put Rashford up top, when we played Chelsea, we beat them.
I've always
For the
maintained
first time-
Rashford is a 9. I've always said that.
The
He's a
first,
natural
the
number
first
9.
time we beat Chelsea last
Hey,
season.
I'm not
was-
saying
How
he
about
can't
playing them
play
both?
number 9.
How about that?
Sure.
How about playing
Fine.
them both?
I'll take them both,
How about
but
your
I'm not
coach
gonna set
actually being
Lukaku
more
down, man.
offensive instead of always playing the same formation?
Agreed.
How about your coach adapting game to game?
Hey,
Oh, we're playing the worst team in the league.
but
We're
I'm
at
saying-
home.
but-
Let's go
okay.
thrash these. Let's play a 3-4-4. Let's switch it up. Whatever the hell it is.
Pogba subbed
whatever.
off.
3-4-3,
Come on.
yeah.
Pogba subbed
Yeah,
off
bro,
on the
go
hour mark.
aggressive, man.
Yeah, it was
But
awkward.
another
yeah.
sub for Pogba.
He's just trying to get away from the point that about Lukaku and all this stuff.
No, bro, look,
Al's
Lukaku-
coming at me.
There's multiple points to be had in this game, man. It's
I
more
think-
than one man's failing.
Lukaku is Drogba 2.0. Wait till he gets around
Thank
28
you,
years
man.
old.
Dude,
Look at his style
Drogba
of
didn't
play.
go off until
He's-
Why do I have to
55.
wait 3 years?
Because he's not in his prime.
Because it's
Why would I
life.
buy him? Why would I buy him now and then
Because
wait
he
three
scored
years?
100 goals in the
football
Prem.
works,
He's
man.
got
No,
100
no,
goals
no, no.
already. That's why you buy him.
It's not
It's
like
an
he's
investment.
trash.
Listen,
You're saying
listen.
Lukaku's trash.
I don't think he's good at all.
Oh my, at all.
So he's above trash, but he's not.
He's
Not.
not.
Dude, he's got over
He's
15 goals for the last 5 years in a row, and he's been playing for bum-ass clubs.
Lukaku
I don't know why Lukaku gets so much
Lukaku
heat.
gets mad
If
hate.
any-
I know. I
If
don't
any
get
other player is doing this,
is he
he's getting
clinical?
respect.
Is he
Yeah.
clinical?
No,
Not yet, but he's also
No.
24. It's fine. At 28,
And the style of game you
but
play.
you're saying at 28, it's like
Dude, because he gave
we're
us
living
30
in 2018, not
Dude,
2021.
because he gave us 25 goals. If Pogba gave us 10 goals this year, like he should have, we'd be fine. If our wingers, like Sanchez,
Okay.
came in and gave
not
us
the main
10,
issue.
Zlatan gave us 28 goals, and then what did we do the next year? Even regardless of the injury, what did we do? Terminated his contract so he can go to play for LA. Okay, there it is.
okay.
Wayne Rooney
old.
was our all-time leading goal scorer, and what did we
Yep.
do? We did him dirty. Okay, I don't care that Lukaku scored 25
How do we
goals,
do Rooney
or 45
dirty?
goals, or 65 goals. He's trash. He's not good.
Wow, dude.
Listen, I'm just frustrated. It's just listen. I just when I see
Should be
Rashford.
frustrated at the guy in the tie on the sidelines.
No, I'm frustrated
You guys-
by the players on the pitch
You
because
gave-
I point my finger at Jose the most, more than anybody.
You laid down for City to win the
Went
title.
negative.
You couldn't even push him any
Dude,
further.
hey, we
You're
have,
like,
we have
"All
a
right."
game Wednesday against Bournemouth. So
We're
I know
losing.
I was trying to be conservative with the FA Cup coming up. He wants to preserve one trophy. So what the hell does it matter? I really didn't care. I mean, yeah, it sucks to lose to West Brom, but season's done.
It's how you
City
lost.
have the title. I'm not happy about it, man. But
It's
what am I
who we
playing
lost
for? I'm
to.
playing for the FA Cup. That's not. We got
But
nothing
it's
else.
who we lost to,
We
man.
got
We
top
should've-
four.
I'm just saying, when Arsenal
Do I
wins
care if
FA
he
Cups,
finishes-
they don't matter.
It's-
It's
you
just
gotta-
a-
you gotta
If we
put into
finish in
pers-
second or third, what does it really matter in the end?
like Tiki was saying, it's not
It does matter
because
for the
we've lost
summer,
games
man.
like this before where they nick us 1-0, Newcastle nicked us 2-1, Huddersfield kind of absolutely destroyed us, but we've lost these close games
to
Chelsea,
the worst team in the league.
but
at
we
home,
lost to literally the worst. This team doesn't have a
and-
proper manager.
The manager walked out.
They don't have. I don't even think Salomon Rondon or Jay Rodriguez are proper strikers, proper number 9s. Their midfield is all over the place.
Dude, plain and simple, United historically doesn't lose to clubs like this. That's where the frustration is. We've
Recent
lost
times,
games. We've
maybe,
lost
but
5 or 6 games in
Nah.
a season. But
Not
we
even-
lose to the big dogs in the big games, and maybe once in a we'll
You'll have the
one
upsets,
but we'll have
the
one.
worst team who's
If you
No,
look
no,
at who
down
we've
and
lost, we've
out.
lost to Tottenham, we've lost to Chelsea, we've lost to City, and then the other 3 results: Huddersfield,
Swansea.
That's what
Swansea.
Huddersfield,
Newcastle.
Newcastle, and West Brom.
But that's my point, is that we usually have one of those. And
Exactly.
finish off with 4 or 5 losses. We
And
usually
those
have
two
one,
are
but
hungry
every
teams, right? Newcastle just promoted Huddersfield, so
and
they're hungry.
every
for the
season
upset.
we have 3 of these losses. That's the problem.
This
with
West Brom
United.
one, I can't figure it out.
No one
This
can,
one
man. But it
this
is what
one's
it
a
is.
weird one.
Yo, I
The season was
blame
over
I blame the
anyway.
new manager's swing and
all the trash.
and
That could be true.
Darren Moore. Guy was massive.
Yeah.
I think
Absolute
it's
beast,
something
man.
about his. I mean, he had good tactics. I'll give West Brom
Talking about
credit.
getting stuck
and
in.
I'll give him credit, man. Britt coming in, watching the sidelines, watching this team flounder, came in there and did the thing. I think they were saying give him a chance in the championship. We'll see what
Yeah, man,
happens.
we'll see what happens with that. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth zip. All three of the Liverpool trident getting a goal here. Firmino, Salah, of course, and Mane.
He says, I got to see those goals. I didn't see that.
Liverpool's
man.
marching, man. This is the scariest team for me. It feels
me?
like Man City last season, where you could see the pieces. They're missing a few pieces, but you could see the system coming together.
But
Like you
again,
said,
I take comfort in the fact that we beat them at their strongest with Van Dijk. We beat them comfortably.
see, I'm not worried about one-on-one. Like one-on-one is
Naby
only
Keita
6
gets
points.
it.
Hey, as long as we take care of our business and we beat them, it'd be like the old days with United.
No.
We beat Liverpool when they're back down.
No,
in
I
second,
agree,
you know,
but I'm
get you-
saying like I'm nervous for next season because if this team
They're
becomes
serious.
consistent
Wait
in
till
Man City,
Naby
that's
Keita
all. Not
comes in.
one-on-one. Look at Man City. We beat them one-on-one. That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean
we
shit
just
because
gotta
we
do
lose
it.
to West
we gotta
Brom.
do the double. We gotta take.
We got to
6
just
points
not,
off 'em.
our problem is United,
Sucking.
like,
Sucking is your problem.
In
You
ge-
just
in-
gotta not suck.
in general, like, listen, we're second in the league. We can't be that bad. You know what I mean? Like, with
No, we're not
Liverpool
far
are
off,
probably
man.
playing. Liverpool are playing their best football since they lost the title like 4 or 5 years ago, and they're in third place. Tottenham are playing the best football ever in their club history. They're in fourth place. Chelsea shambles. Arsenal shambles. But so like we can't be doing like absolutely garbage. But our problem is we come out the first 3 games always. Manchester
right.
United are back. Blah blah blah. They're gonna win the league this year, and then we get humbled by. I think this year that result for us was Stoke when we drew them 2-2. I think it was at their ground. We drew them 2-2, and then from there we don't pick it up. So
Yeah,
like
that's what-
last year it was when we lost to Chelsea 4-0 in early October, and then we just couldn't spur on.
That's my point, man, in that Liverpool is starting to find consistency. They're starting to have these kind of runs for longer. So when Klopp first got there, they'd have like a 10-game run and then
I don't think they've
stumble.
lost at home yet this
15
season.
game. Yeah, dude.
Undefeated at Anfield. Which
And they
is,
bought Van Dijk, who looks like he's going to be,
They
spent
spent
legit.
the money.
They're going to spend more
They
money
spent
this
the
summer
money.
because with that, even the appearance fees from getting into the Champions League semifinal, 2 legs, that's a lot of money right there for transfer fees. Now you're starting to attract younger talent as well. People are seeing a project is
Right.
happening at
Have
Liverpool.
you seen how Naby
That's my
Keita's
fear,
been
man.
playing in the Bundesliga?
This team's
He's a
freaking
beast.
scary.
This guy is legit. He's the perfect player to fit into this Liverpool
Him and
team.
Chamberlain are going to be an unbelievable midfield.
Now you have Ox.
Chamberlain all of a sudden is stepping up, man. That's what I'm
Mo
saying.
Salah's not even fair, dude. Like
It's a video game.
he's like, dude, look at this header.
And
Like
dude-
that's not real,
And
dude.
he knew that wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't an
That was
accident.
instinct.
He was able to measure where the goalie is.
Dude,
It's a little chip
But to be
header.
fair, we saw him be human in this game. He missed 2 or 3 chances he usually puts away,
That's
but
that
of course
groin
he
injury.
buries away.
I think he's playing on a groin.
I think it's
He shouldn't
for me,
be,
man.
though.
I think it's the pressure of he's
Being
going
that guy.
for it now. He knows exactly where he is stats wise. There were chances where he could have given it to Mane here and there, or given it to Firmino. He chose
he
to
shot,
take the
yeah.
chance and he
you
shot.
saw Mane was like, dude, what
I
the
think he
fuck?
feels the
He's
heat.
got to be the all-time scorer, though.
He feels the heat of Harry
they-
Kane getting phantom goals over here. It's like, oh shit, there's a conspiracy. I gotta score. So
They understand like Mo Salah like understands like as a player like okay like this is my team now.
Yeah.
Like they're supposed to follow me. Like maybe
I'm
he's
that
not like
dude.
the vocal leader, but he's definitely the
On
on
the
pitch
field,
leader.
yeah,
He's
for sure.
definitely that guy. So I mean he's on course to break Cristiano Ronaldo's legendary record. I mean
dude, 31 goals in
in
a
the-
day in a season is the record. He's got 30. And they got what? 4 games to play.
and it's 42 is like all comps for someone an English player.
Yeah, and he's on
and
40 all
40.
comps
The
right
total
now.
Prem record is 34 goals. That's in a 42-game format. Andy Cole and Alan Shearer. 38-game format. 31 is the record, as Snag said. Cristiano, Suarez, and Alan Shearer, of course.
Of course.
So this guy's looking to rewrite history. I mean, by the numbers again. He's also scored in 22 different matches this season,
Bro,
which is a record.
That means he's scoring in like big games
He's
as
spread-
well.
and he's
Dude,
spreading
he's
it out.
He's the
It's
Mark
not- he's
McGuire.
he's
Didn't
not
score-
getting
He's scoring home runs every night. You go to the baseball game, he's sitting out of the park.
So is he juicing? Is he juicing?
Is he juicing? That's what I'm saying, man. The steroid
He
era.
didn't score against United though. We do need to remember that. And
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Ashley Young was
Ashley Young, not a proper
Failed winger,
fullback.
right?
Well, that's
Had him in his pocket.
that's what your coach is best at, shutting people down, taking
Except for
we
West
saw-
Brom.
We saw what he did against Hazard and Chelsea. Having Under Herrera man mark him out of the game. So, yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, man. But Liverpool here doing work. Doesn't mean too much. It looks like they're destined to finish third unless Man United feels like hooking them up to give them second.
Feels
I
like
think you do.
hooking them
I think you
up.
do.
Dude, it looks like we do.
I think you do. Give them
Alex
a second.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, the ox outside the box, the ox in the box. Man, this guy, what a great signing he's proven to be for Liverpool.
I mean, that's what happens when you play in your preferred position.
When you play the dude where he wants to play, he's so industrious and he's so fast and so quick to have that.
And then he can shoot from distance,
It's been-
And now he can shoot from distance all of a sudden.
He could always shoot
Dude,
from
speed-
distance. We just never...
He couldn't. He didn't have
Arsenal
that.
don't allow
I never
outside
saw
shooting.
it till he blasted one past Man City. I was like, oh, shit.
Arsenal don't allow
Dude,
outside
the
shooting.
underrated stat is a fast center mid, bro. If you have a guy who can break that first wave of pressure and get pushing
And can
at the
play
last line,
the right ball.
dude,
He had one goal
is
this year where he won it like on the
dangerous.
sideline and he dribbled in and scored. Remember
Yep,
that?
yep.
Same kind of style.
It's dangerous,
Yeah.
man. And he's doing it against
Wijnaldum-
big clubs, small clubs.
Wijnaldum's having trouble getting into this team now.
We got to stop praising
Like how you said,
Liverpool. Like,
Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum.
Huss is probably losing his.
Wijnaldum.
Huss is probably losing his mind right now. But no, I think you guys can't. I'm not saying you guys are forgetting, but I'm saying we can't not talk about Firmino. He is. I want him. I don't care where he plays at United. Can play center back. I want him. He's just so silky.
Are you hearing
smooth.
this guy?
Out here just
He's
jamming.
better than Lukaku. He's better than
Remind me
Lukaku.
why we invited this guy in the room again. This is blasphemy, bro. You want to trade Lukaku for Firmino?
Yeah.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
He's part of the best trio. Imagine him.
Dude, he needs Mane and Salah, or
Yeah.
else he needs
Yeah.
Coutinho.
I don't know.
He needs.
Remember-
I don't know.
Jesus,
Well,
man.
you're
He's
telling me.
codependent.
You're telling me
He needs
Alexis.
Neymar.
You're not telling me Alexis Sanchez isn't better than Sadio Mane. I won't say, but he's better than most.
He's better than Mane.
Sanchez is
Yeah, he's better than Mane. Okay, so that's one half of the puzzle, and then you figure it out with, let's just say, for development purposes, Rashford on the left.
It's not just the player; it's the style. They're all.
Yeah, it's
they're
not our
all
system.
in each
You
other's
can't
heads.
Hey,
They're
this
all
ain't FIFA, bro.
You can't just
jam him in.
I want Firmino,
The
bro.
system's
I want
different.
Gotta
Firmino.
make
There's
sense,
so much
mate.
defense at United. You need a guy like Lukaku with
Hold it up.
lungs.
Yeah, hold it up. Yeah, he's doing real good to that.
Dude,
Him and his
30
garbage
goals
first
this
touch.
year, man.
25.
Bro, if you put
25.
Firmino
True,
on an
true.
Everton, guarantee you he's not getting as many
He's
goals as
just
Lukaku.
not.
He's
He's
just
not,
not.
'cause he's not that dude.
He can help.
He
He's
is-
smoother.
he is that
can
dude.
distribute, but he's
You know,
not.
a couple
not
more
that
years.
dude.
A couple
Not.
more years, man. You put this guy on a team like Everton. I bet he will score maybe
Yeah, a couple
like
more years in his
15 plus
prime.
goals.
In
I
his
don't
So
even
prime.
know
Firmino?
about that, man. I don't even know about that.
I think he
A
can
lot of his-
develop.
Firmino has at least 20 plus goals in all comps this year. Like,
I'd say in his prime, but right now, straight trade.
well, if we're talking about waiting for Lukaku for 3 years, like, why can't we give Firmino 3 years?
Because he's a red. He already has a club.
This dude's so desperate to get rid of Lukaku. It's hilarious.
Dude, watch
hate
him.
him.
Watch when Lukaku bangs in that
He's not
40
going
goal
to.
season.
He's
Everyone's
not
gonna be
going
like,
to.
oh, I always love Lukaku.
Don't hold your breath, dude. Don't hold your breath.
This guy's got 40 goals in him. dude.
We're
I
coming
see
for you.
Firmino-
Snag.
oh, yeah,
We get that
Firmino-
midfield
Firmino-
right, and Pogba actually feels like playing. Dude,
he's not the issue.
Firmino
Lukaku
also
has
has
40
25
goals.
goals this season, all comps. Not playing out of position, mind you.
Bro, Salah.
So him and Lukaku have the same number of goals, but Lukaku's the bad guy. Even though Lukaku's playing on a shittier team as far as our midfield, hooking him up.
of here.
Come on, as far as midfield production,
No, I'm not
dude,
hearing
the
this.
Liverpool midfield is absolutely much better than the United midfield. As far as like playing,
two D mids, pretty much.
exactly,
Dude,
dude, we
yo,
just win the
And they're
ball.
calling me
Hey,
crazy.
pass
They're
it.
calling me
There are 80
Statistically,
there are
right.
there
Like,
are
in terms of overall, they're no. They're
Okay,
not.
you're taking.
But
So you're telling me you're
statistically
taking Alex
this year-
Oxlade-Chamberlain over
No,
Paul
I'm
Pogba?
saying as far as their midfield production for their team, as they get more out of Chan, they get more out of Wijnaldum, they get more out of Ox than we get out of Matic. Matic wins us the ball,
His
brilliant.
system is
Offensively, he's
better
not
than
there.
yours.
Pogba, he's fucking weird this year. Herrera shows up once in a while. Like, our midfield's just not working as efficiently as theirs. I'm not saying I'd rather have Henderson than Matic or anything like that. I'm just saying their midfield's not the problem.
But that
in their
also
team,
goes
it's their
down to the
defense.
style, which you guys have been saying. the
Absolutely,
style.
Their
yeah.
system is
But
just
dude,
better than yours.
they're attacking three: Salah, Mane, and whoever the guy Firmino. They have 80 goals between them
Whoever
this
that
year.
guy is.
80 goals. That's Neymar.
That's fucking
that's
insane.
that's the BBC connection.
Yeah.
That's Messi, Suarez.
That's Firmino
Neymar.
getting help. So obviously his game's going to be better when everyone has to double up on Mane or Salah as well. You
Everyone-
double up
yeah.
on Lukaku, you're good.
And
Why do you
everybody's
think they're
passing.
able to get
There's no
this many
CR7 where I'm
goals?
hogging the
Because
ball. Everyone's passing.
all the attention's going to Salah. He's creating 2v1s for everyone else.
3v1s.
And you
Like,
get more
it's crazy,
opportunities
man.
naturally.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of putting in the back of the net. That's what you have to give him credit for. But
Absolutely,
Liverpool,
man.
I'm interested to see him in the Champions League. I mean, Lovren's looking like a stud. I think
Dude,
what
I'm-
Klopp does, Klopp is able to instill
Good one,
a
Tom.
confidence.
Good one.
Dog, I'm telling you, man.
He's playing up.
He's
He's
and
playing
it's
up.
through the confidence
Hey,
of Klopp.
he's
It's
played 2 good games.
It's not because he is a
Wait,
stud.
wait till game number 3.
It's not.
Wait till the semifinal against fucking who are they playing? Roma. Wait till Dzeko
Dude,
turns him inside
but
out.
he hasn't
I
stumbled
don't know about
all
that.
year. We
I don't know
gotta
if
give
that's
him-
happening.
You got to give him credit for
That's
that.
what I'm saying,
Lovren has
bro.
been better
Klopp
than he has been
instills
historically.
confidence in these guys that.
Look
He's
at-
like, look, Lovren, I don't want you to walk out. I believe you are one of the best center backs in
Look
the
at-
world. That's why you're on my team.
Look
and
at Karius.
and it translates.
Okay. Karius all of a sudden is playing out of his mind.
I love the Mingole bench. I love it. I think there's
I
nothing.
don't. Not as a
nothing-
United fan, I don't.
Nothing more this season. That guy sucks, man.
I love Mingele.
No.
I know you love.
Karius.
I never.
I know you guys.
He's
don't.
so
It's all
error
good.
prone.
I'm not
He's got
gonna.
an error,
He can't
bro.
catch
I'm
a
not gonna
cross.
pitch his case.
It's like
it
your
is
Reese
what it
right
is.
now. The save he should be making, he won't really make
All right,
it.
man. We'll see in the World Cup when it matters. You guys will be jocking him. Ooh,
The Premier League
Lloris
doesn't
has
matter
always
now?
been good.
The
No.
Premier League doesn't
I'm
matter.
saying the last 3 years, this dude has been putting in work. He's had a
I'd
rough
go-
couple of
I
games.
don't
I'd go by.
Tottenham
I'd
is
go
at the
by
second best.
Hey,
league
well,
versus
snacks-
a
snacks-
competition that happens every 4 years.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
he's
I go
been
by,
great.
by league.
He's been great the last 3 years.
I'll tell you who the Premier League
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
matter to anymore. Southampton.
They're gone.
Ooh, they're going down.
They're
5
going-
points from safety. They lose 3-2
is devastating,
to
bro.
Chelsea after being up 2-0.
I just saw those highlights.
Up 2-0 into like the 70th minute.
Oh,
Morata off on the hour, sucking.
He's ass.
In comes Giroud.
Sucking the old Arsenal.
Dude,
And the
Giroud,
man, the myth.
always bailing
The big
people
man.
out, man.
Giroud is better than Morata right now.
Giroud's better than Lukaku too.
This year, right now, he's better than Morata. I'm not gonna fish for that. I'm not biting on that. But Giroud, his in terms of a
Same
target
header?
forward, because that's what Morata they use him as.
Look,
that's what
here's-
Chelsea's always
here's
kind
my-
of used. But Morata can bring more.
Here's my
Chelsea's
beef
built
with-
to have a target man.
Yeah.
A big man, Diego, Drogba. Morata can't hold the ball up nearly as well as the big guys can.
Yeah,
Here's my
no, he
beef
can.
with Giroud, man. When he's on the team, it's desperate times. He's good for desperate situations, and he's second now officially with 19 substitute goals in the EPL. He's
That's what he's a super sub.
second behind Defoe. But my point is, for 70 minutes, man, like Giroud obviously is a great target. He's good at holding the ball. Like you said, he's good at flicking off.
It's not a starter, mate.
But he's missing that edge where Morata has it, man. I think Morata gets a bad rap. This dude did work in Italy, did work in Spain as well.
I don't know if work is the word I'd
This
use.
is the first year in the EPL. He's shown the
He did
pieces.
part time. That's what he did.
He has a manager who's halfway out the door. He has an owner who wanted him, but he knows his manager wanted Lukaku instead. It's a tough position for this kid to be in. I think for him, this is a solid year. It's not a flop year for me.
He's been
it's not
playing
a
hurt.
successful
He's
year.
come out. He said he's been playing with his back injured. Every game has been brutal. You know, he's been playing in agony. I get it. He doesn't want to make any excuses, although that is an excuse.
But his touch
No,
is
no,
silk.
but it
His
is-
decisions are silk.
He can
just-
bring more. He's more versatile than Olivier Giroud, 100%. He has the ability to dribble at a defender and beat him one-on-one. But there's no doubt in my mind that Giroud right now fits better with Chelsea than Morata does. Morata still is that first year. He needs to adapt. He's in his prime. He's a veteran. He knows the league. He basically switched to the other side of the river, still sticking in London. He
what?
should be the other side of the river.
The river. River.
He should still be. I think he should be starting for Chelsea.
Who scored? Giroud scored the winner.
Two.
Yeah, bro, he came in and he scored a brace.
Super
goals,
sub.
That was
man.
absolutely unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. Fabregas, I thought, at first started terribly at a defensively. They just weren't chasing Chelsea. Chelsea just looked like they want next season to come, honestly.
Yeah, Chelsea, man, and I feel bad for these players. Obviously, they're getting paid. They're millionaires. It's all good. They won the Premier League last season, so life's not that bad for them. But
Could be
every
worse.
freaking 2 or 3 years, man, there's an explosion at this club.
It's how
The
it's run.
manager.
It's just the way Abramovich runs that. Like, he runs it as a business and not like he obviously wants the club to do well, and he knows the best way. Like, because you can't get they can't compete with like United and Arsenal.
No,
and
they can.
Liverpool.
They can.
They are. They can and they are.
They can.
No, they can't compete with them commercially. Like,
Oh, okay,
for, like, from
commercially.
like they can compete with them in the transfer market, of course, but commercially,
Yeah,
when
sure,
they
shirt sales, yeah,
shirt sales, like sure Hazard's their big name, but like we got Pogba, we got Sanchez, Arsenal, Ozil, Aubameyang.
Yeah, no,
okay.
United's
Liverpool
like, top
now with
3
Salah and
best
stuff.
club, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like
See, I disagree with that.
so.
No, numbers wise, United's top 3. It's
Bro, we're like
No,
the
I
third
don't
richest club in the
disagree
world.
Madrid.
with that. I don't disagree with that. I think because of our club's histories, right?
That's
like
why.
the undefeateds. Yeah, but they can swing that with the way that Arsenal's
sure.
going. Maybe not United. United, you guys are more stable, but with the way that Arsenal's flimsy
Yeah,
going
you
towards
guys can eat 'em
Europa.
real quick.
Chelsea have an endless transfer fund. My thing with Chelsea is invest in your youth. If Chelsea invests in their youth, they would be able to actually blend it all together. They should have been the Man City of the league, but because of the way the club is run, they won't be able to sustain consistent.
Yes, they can. They've been doing this for over a decade, and it works. They've won Champions League. They've won Europas and titles.
But it's up, down, up, down.
It works. What if Arsenal won?
Look, what if... So that's the system.
Works.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel bad. Like, it works.
FA Cups.
Okay, now you just said you're playing for FA Cups.
That's all we got, so we're going to win it.
Okay, so
I'm not aiming for it. I'm aiming for titles.
No, this is
literally... Remember this. He jinxed us on the FA Cup this season.
Literally, they win a title every 3 years. About every 3 to 4 years, they win a title. That's the system.
But it's up, down, or like you finish 10th, right? So you win, and then you finish 10th. And then you win, and then you're like, okay, you're going to make top 4? So
no, Tom, but I'm saying that's literally on purpose. Like, it's not like a side effect of what they're trying to do. It's literally, he has no problem.
I'm saying you can be better. Is what I'm saying.
No,
Chelsea can be even better than they actually are.
That's why I feel bad for these players, but because of their system, they never will be. So even if he had youth,
so then we're on the same page.
Conte will play certain youth, but won't play others. Then Conte gets fired. Next guy won't play Charlie Musonda, but they'll play this guy. So like, even if you have youth, you're never going to be able to. So that's why
the way the clubs run.
Yeah, he eliminated youth.
Hey, that's Chelsea FC, man. It's just
they don't give a fuck. He wants that up and down because every 3 years they're making 200 million fucking pounds. So he's like,
that's why
managers
come in there. Managers come in and they're always looking over their shoulders, man. Because if they have a bad season, hey, that's fine. You're
crazy system.
I'll get the hottest guy, bring that guy.
But it's not the right system. Like, hey, for Chelsea,
what is the right system?
What is defined right?
We're getting into philosophy. Is that a capital R right there?
I'm just saying.
Because unless you're Barca, very few clubs are doing it right. Unless you're Ajax, I'm not
saying from like the way that United ran with Sir Alex, other than the fact that Sir Alex is arguably the greatest manager of all time, like that faith and belief, because Abramovich is just like, all right, listen, like we need to, like his mindset is we need to win now. It's not, well, we need to develop our youth. Like, I feel like the youth system comes as you get better as a club and you're more consistent. So I think Sir Alex never finished below second place in when he was in charge of United. I think
a few times, third.
Yeah, right.
Third,
so
fourth,
I think, third, right.
And
that attracts young talent. It's like, okay, like one day maybe I'll get to play for this guy. With Chelsea, it's like, if I sign for Chelsea now, I'm not making that first team. I'm just signing for Chelsea because they have nice facilities.
And yet people still sign for him.
People still sign him because they're a big club.
And yet Batshuayi signed for him.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
And yet Morata signed for him.
No, but you guys' definition of young is very weird because my definition of young is like
23 and under.
It's I go young. Like 19 to 21. When you hit 22, I think it's like you're in the you're out
You can be 21 and be hot, and by 22 you're nothing. Like you need to be.
We've had guys. What was his name? Berahino.
Alexander Pato.
Berahino.
Pato's still playing. Pato's still out there balling. He's still balling right now.
23.
Yeah,
just couldn't be found.
Yeah. Well, like I mean. I think that's just a way of attracting youth.
So
you got our youth academy is 10 times the youth academy Chelsea's. It's like
no, it's not.
Bro,
Chelsea's been dominating.
The youth, they win
FA Cup.
We just won.
That's the biggest indictment on Chelsea is the fact that they have the most talent in England.
We just won the league. We just won the U18 league with our youth team.
I'm talking about
the English national team youth is made up of Chelsea players.
Look at the past 5 years.
Yeah,
Snacks.
man.
I'm telling you, Chelsea has the best.
But we're better.
We're
better at feeding our youth through to first teams and like developing them through. But they hit a glass ceiling and then they have to leave and find other clubs.
Chelsea they've revolutionized the loan system, right? They send out like 30 kids on loan. They make money from that. They let them get better, and then they sell them. Kevin De Bruyne.
Who do you think is the best young player in the world? Who do you think is the best youth player? Like, he doesn't play for the first team, but it's hard to say.
You got Mbappe, you got Dembele.
No, but I'm saying they don't play first team. They play in the youth systems.
It's hard, man.
Angel Gomes.
Look, Angel Gomes is a baller, but Charlie Musonda is quote unquote youth because he's playing in those reserve leagues. But like, he's a baller too.
Yeah, no, you're right. But like, Tahith
like,
Chong.
what about what's his name at Man City who keeps coming through?
Phil Foden.
Phil Foden is supposed to be.
Everyone's got like 1, 2, 3 guys, but I'm talking about
who's the United dude with the afro?
Tahith Chong.
Tahith Chong,
a nice guy.
He's a baller.
Love this dude.
Yeah, we got youth ballers for sure, man. I'm not gonna say like I'm afraid of Chelsea's youth system, but
in the past
they just don't use it as well as
Chelsea has been dominating the youth scene.
Well, you know what?
Listen, Chelsea are a trash club, right?
I love that. That I can get behind.
You know what Jose always said, he was like, when he was manager there the last time, the second time he was there, we should stop investing in all these youth programs and put that towards transfers. He's like, honestly, we don't use it. I know it. Like, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Why are we investing all other than
So they
the
do.
loan system and making money that way? He's like, dude, the youth program.
That's what they did.
Why bother?
And the funny thing is, I love it. He takes credit for giving all those guys a professional career, which you can argue because they got to play
Birthed
first
them,
team.
but then he didn't
He
He
continue
went
their
nature
development.
on him, bro. Like it's like the turtle, right? Comes onto the beach, digs a hole, buries those turtle eggs,
Yeah.
covers him. Whoever makes it to the water makes it
Gave
to
him
the
to
water.
adoption.
That's
So
what I'm
gave him
saying.
up for adoption. So you
Whoever
birthed
makes it to
them.
the water.
Makes it to the water, makes it to the water.
All right,
That's it.
biologically,
That's beautiful.
biologically,
Baptism
you're
by
biological
fire.
dad or
That's
mom,
beautiful.
but you're not. Were you there?
No, he's
Were you there
not,
for
dude.
me,
He's
son?
that
You weren't
absentee
there.
dad.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah,
No,
he's-
for sure. But sometimes that breeds champions, right?
Sometimes it
broken
does.
homes, and
Sometimes
sometimes
it
it
does.
breeds failures. Absolutely, man.
Why you gotta look right? I'll look right at me
I
like
was looking at failure.
Now we get to the good
Right.
stuff. Now we're getting to the good
Dude,
stuff.
let's get to the
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Yeah. Come on,
you guys were setting this up, weren't
Magpies.
you?
Magpies
Go on,
2.
Arsenal.
Arsenal won for the first time in 13 years. The Magpies finally pip Arsenal. Dude, the
Oh, you were waiting for that stat.
Craziest
oh, you were
stat I've
waiting for
heard.
this one.
Yeah.
Arsenal,
Get in.
the only team in the top flight of English football. We're talking all the way down to like almost the Johnstone Paint League. Maybe what, League 2?
John Stones?
John-
You say John Stones?
It's Johnstone.
Shout out John Stones.
That
The league is
has
trash.
yet to get a point away from home.
Yeah, bro.
How do we miss the stat? Arsenal in 2018
Oh,
have
terrible.
not got a
I knew it wasn't
point.
a win. I didn't know it was no points.
Me too. I thought it was
2018.
you drew
In 2018.
2018.
Listen, before we
That is
tear
shocking.
into them, we gotta. The only positive I can take from Arsenal in this game is that Aubameyang and Lacazette do want to play together.
Absolutely.
That's
They
the
love- they love
one.
each
There's
other.
chemistry built.
Aubameyang
Absolutely.
is sacrificing a lot
He is,
to
dude.
accommodate Lacazette into the side because
He's trying to get him
Lacazette
into that World Cup squad.
Lacazette is. He was the guy. He was the answer.
He was.
And then in January, Aubameyang's available. Like, let's break our record again to sign him.
And look, I love it. I did not mind that at all. I love the connection. I love the fact that these two want to play with each other.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, the first goal, Aubameyang, arguably offside. I'll give you that point. But
The touch was nice.
Nasty touch. Perfect cross into Lacazette.
And Lacazette puts it
And it
away.
was a finish. My thing is, Wenger's so stringent. He still remains with the 4-3-3. Yeah, like by now.
You need to give up, dude. You need
put
to
him in
give
a
up with
2-4
trying to.
system. You get even if it's not necessarily a 2-4 system defensively, but find a way to kind of play these guys a little bit closer with each other. Instead of Aubameyang, we know because of his speed he can play out wide, but that's not his best position. You know what I mean? So
Look, it's a step in the right direction, like you're saying, man.
Yeah.
And this season is a bust. So you got next season to work on it. Hopefully you have
guys
Champions
got-
League to keep these guys hungry and developing.
Dog.
But if you don't, that might be a good way to focus just on
The Premier
working on
League.
these guys' chemistry.
all the stats you guys bring up, shitting on Arsenal, man. Look, I know, terrible year in the league. I get it, disappointment. It's all about Europa at this moment.
Listen,
No,
you guys
for
were
sure,
talking.
man. No,
You're
for
about
facing Diego
Euro
I remember
Simeone
United
at this
being in the
moment.
same position last season, for
and,
sure.
And look,
For sure.
we're away from home. Newcastle, remember that classic Czech Tiote moment. R.I.P.
R.I.P.,
Czech
man.
Tiote. 4-4 draw.
From deep.
That
You know what
shot,
I mean? That
On the
hang.
volley.
So Newcastle since then, every time we've
And
seen
to
them,
be fair-
they believe.
And to be fair, that we went to St. James's Park and we lost as well. But like
Matt Ritchie scored again that
the
game.
Matt Ritchie's just
He's a
scored.
baller.
He's
Giant killer.
Ayoze Perez also a baller. But I
Perez
just
finally showed up.
Bro,
I
he's
love
been
that
he's been
dude.
showing up
Yeah,
for like
man.
the past 3-4
Yep.
weeks.
my thing
Yep.
is I know you don't have a lot to play for in the league, but like you can't just like not like even if you're playing youngsters, that's one thing. But you're putting out your first team, like you're already out there. You might as well just give it your all.
And
I
you
and they
capitulate.
are.
Aubameyang
They
and
are.
Lacazette, 100%. I don't think Mustafi's all there.
Dude, Mustafi.
He's the
got
worst center back alive.
burnt as well. on the goal.
I don't think your
He's on the
midfield.
PFC
I don't think.
suspect list.
I don't think Shaka. I think Elneny's about this life. I definitely can say
Right.
And
Elneny's.
he's
I like him.
lively, man.
I like
he's
him.
lively.
He's
He's about
hungry.
stuck in.
Yeah.
He looks to play balls
he's
forward.
hungry.
I
man.
think. I don't think
It's that
Ozil's
World
about
Cup.
this life though. I think Ozil.
I think he is.
No,
Nah,
no, no,
he's
no,
about this
no,
life.
no,
I think
no,
he
no,
is.
no. I think if
He's
you look at
he's
it,
shown that he's Mr. Arsenal after January and he wasn't leaving. He turned it on.
Dude, Ozil. Here's the thing about
He's kind of
Ozil
been
that
quiet
people-
the last couple weeks, but I think he's gonna be the guy going
Ozil's
forward.
one of the
Still. I think he's
smartest-
I think
still-
it's Aubameyang.
I think he's committing.
Snacks,
It's all
Snacks,
three
you
of
gotta,
them.
you gotta
Three
watch
of them,
Ozil
man.
play.
Look, try
Three
it.
of them together.
Ozil's
gonna be-
one of the most intelligent players in the world.
No, I agree with
on
that.
the ball, like his creativity and not even his vision and just his
Watch him for
thought,
Germany.
My
Watch
thing
him when
is-
he has
brain. He's
talent.
one of the
My
fastest.
my thing with
his
Ozil
silk,
is
mentally,
when
silk.
everything's going well, Ozil is the best, arguably one of
sure.
the is
Absolutely.
top 10 in the world on the pitch at a single period of time. But when it's not going well, United last week we were down 2-0. Pogba comes alive again this week. Sure, maybe not, but last week when it mattered most, he came up. Oh, I have never in an Arsenal jersey. I haven't seen Ozil ever inspire a comeback. He was never the inspiration of something happening, and that's why I'm saying he's not about this life. Sure, when everything is all hunky dory and you guys are slapping teams around 3-0 like Moscow or something like that,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But when you're in the Premier League, I get it. It doesn't mean much anymore. But when things aren't going well, Ozil's not that
No,
guy.
he's not that dude. He's not that dude to grab the
So
game
he
by the
can't
scruff
be
of the
the-
neck.
he
No,
can't-
because his game
He's too
depends
fancy.
on others. He can't Alexis Sanchez grab the game by the scruff of the neck, drive forward. His game is it's an assist game.
Get me the
so
ball.
if you don't finish that pass, that exquisite pass, we always forget about that exquisite pass.
Sure.
We forget the fact that the man didn't score the goal. So Ozil did nothing. You know
But
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying- but
Like,
what
he's
I'm-
had those chances where he puts people in. They don't score in the big moment. It's not an Ozil assist. Okay, so I think that's.
But that's
in
why.
terms
But
of-
Al just said he's the guy going forward, and if
He's
if,
one
that-
of.
if
He's
you
one
guys all
of.
agree with me, which it seems like you guys do, he can't be the guy if that's the case. I think this
He's
team,
one of the guys. He's not
no, of
the
course,
guy.
of course. But like this isn't basketball where you need a big three
He's
to win.
he's one of the world's
this
best.
Team,
you need a guy outside the final third.
You need a team. You need a couple guys, but in every team there is.
So he's not one of the couple of guys.
No, he is one of the couple of
Okay.
guys. But what I'm saying is he's not the guy. So
Okay,
for
I
like
agree with
United,
that. I agree with
United,
the guy
United-
He's not a goal scorer.
But United
The guy
right
is the
now,
goal
it's,
scorer.
United right now, it's not even the goal scorer. It's the person who impacts the game the most.
Aubameyang is that guy.
Aubameyang is that guy for
Going
me.
forward, yeah.
Okay.
100% it's
But you
Aubameyang.
still need a.
That's why I say Ozil
Who's
is not
getting the ball?
You can replace Ozil. You can replace him.
Man, he's one of the world's best.
Yeah, you
Look,
could,
I think
but
you
it would
could,
be
but
really-
he's-
there's a handful of people
he's
you
still
can
one of
But the
world's
thing is,
best.
who's coming
Exactly.
to a 7th place Arsenal with no Champions League?
Who?
You need
Aubameyang
them
left.
keeping Ozil. Yeah, but he didn't know they were going to finish 7th. He thought he was.
But
gonna
they were
come in and
already
change
like
it.
in 5th or 6th at
Yeah,
the
he thought
time.
he
Yeah,
was
but they
going
were
to come
still
in,
alive,
boost us
yeah.
to 4th and 3rd. That's not what
He had no
happened.
idea.
bro.
Yeah, he's
Look,
in trouble.
What I
man.
will say is this game, there were some trash goals, right? Though we focused on Ozil,
Trash
but
goals.
man didn't even play this game. Petr to me, has lost the... Remember that time when Czech, like, you could guarantee he'd make that save in a
Yeah.
game? Just one of them. Just like the hand now.
Yeah.
You know he's going to make that special save. There'll be that 1 or 2 moments where you need him to come up with that.
Yeah, he did
He's
it.
lost
He
that.
did
In my
it,
opinion,
yeah.
he's lost that ability. That
The
near,
first goal, he had nothing really. I mean,
the near post goal, I think in his day at Chelsea, he makes that save. Even though it's more probable, let's give it to whoever scored that goal.
Hey, Ozzy.
Yeah, Yosi, that it goes in. Back in the day, Petr he makes that save. And then
Bails you out,
against
yeah.
Richie, one of these 2 goals, it was more difficult than Richie one-on-one, but in his day, one of these 2 goals, Petr makes that save. So I think he's lost that ability. And then another thing, last thing I want to challenge Tiki on is you said that Arsenal don't play their youth, bro. Joe Wilcox,
Wilcox?
starting this game.
Isn't it?
bro.
Isn't it Matty
Eddie
Willock?
Nketiah
Timeout.
been played in.
Nate
Alex
Miles
Iwobi,
came in. Timeout.
Nate Lamont. So
This
that's
is-
4.
No.
Who else in the
I'm
EPL
sorry.
are playing their youth
No, excuse me.
like Arsenal?
I'm sorry. The reason you're playing this youth,
Is the league doesn't matter?
I'm sorry, what you say? Thank you.
Are
The
we
league
playing
doesn't
the
matter
youth?
anymore. Now we're going to play youth too.
Are we
The
playing the
league
youth?
is over. They've won the league. We're going to
Remember-
play youth
You
too.
guys
So
played
remember-
some youth throughout the year.
No, I agree.
McTominay played in big
100%.
games.
But everyone else has stuff to play for. Tottenham is still playing for top 4, so they're not going to play youth. Liverpool's still playing for top 4, so as soon as they guarantee it,
Even
you'll
when they were
see
game, okay,
Liverpool.
let's not count Wilcox. Fine, but Maitland Miles, he played in big
Maitland
games
Miles
this year.
yeah, but he had what, like 4 appearances all year out of 38. Like you guys play youth more than
Or
the
substitutes.
average
United,
club.
yeah.
But like
That's
for
what
the-
I'm saying, 'cause
no,
before
but
you
not
signed a- you
substitutes.
signed a
No,
real-
and I still stand by that 100%. You guys don't play youth like you used to. You're one of the few clubs that tease playing youth, but you don't. Tottenham teases playing youth. Man City teases. United played
Out
youth,
of
and
all
you
the
can say
clubs in the
because
league,
Man,
Arsenal
no,
are
top
in the top
6.
3.
No, let's say top
Okay,
6
fine.
because
Okay,
you-
yeah, because
Yeah.
top 6, Arsenal are either 1 or 2 in playing youth.
And when they're playing those youth, it's 2 guys. So the standards have dropped for all clubs.
Yeah,
That's
how
my
good are
point.
those
It's-
two?
it's
How good are
more
those
than
two
that, but
You're
I'm
guys?
playing
just saying-
Maitland Miles. Just look up his appearances. He didn't have that many. The Wilcox team
Ainsley.
looks good. He didn't have that many.
We know
dude.
Chelsea's 0.
Chelsea's
pretty much.
0. Man City's
Man
probably
City's-
Phil
But
Foden.
no,
You
yeah,
and Man City are
Zinchenko.
probably par.
I'd
United's
say more than
leading.
City.
But yeah, just going off that first
Pep
point,
plays the same dude.
what you were saying about like when it doesn't matter and the league doesn't matter, like when we were like, when Jose came out, like, and said, we're going for the Europa League, I'm pretty sure the next game, our next team was Demi
all
Mitchell,
McTominay.
Josh Harrop.
McTominay was in.
Josh Harrop, Angel Gomes made his debut
Absolutely.
that day. Like, I remember
It
that.
doesn't matter. Now you're going to
Angel
see
Gomes
another
never-
youth.
Okay, so fine. Joe Wilcox, because he's a guy who's like that, who I'll
I
consider.
think it's Willock.
Willock.
Willock,
It is,
you're
it's
right,
not
yeah.
Wilcox.
Willock.
Yeah,
Wilcox.
Willock. My bad. Yeah.
I don't want people hating on you in the comments and
Yeah,
stuff like
nah,
that.
good looking out. Good looking out
Yeah,
with
fuck
that.
those haters.
Dude, these were trash goals. Nacho Monreal made an error heading the ball. I don't know. The lack of composure in that was just terrible
Dude,
defending. He
never
heads it
mind
up
the heading.
instead of down.
Where was his positioning? Nacho Monreal shifts over to right center back. He's the
Nacho.
left back. He leaves the guy open.
Killing me.
He
man.
leaves what's his name open, Matt Ritchie open for a touch and finish.
because
That
he
was
was
positioning. He's
positioned.
just chasing the ball like.
And he panicked. Look, he panicked. He could. There was a midfielder right in front of him. He could have headed it down. He heads it up. It's
Here's
just
and
a
by the
trash
way,
goal
man,
to give
Joe
up.
Willock first appearance today for
Oh,
Arsenal
good
this
lad.
season, bro.
Good lad.
Alright.
Not a great one.
We still
Arsenal
play
play
You have
youth.
not played you.
We still
Arsenal
play
play
youth,
though.
though.
We
Until
still
it
play
didn't
you.
matter.
Wilcox.
Until you saw Atletico Madrid as a draw, you're like, all right, now we'll play Joe Willock.
Now we'll give
Yeah,
Joe Willock
yeah.
a chance.
Now we'll
Darn.
give Maitland Miles,
You
who
mean
made him
Iwobi
shave
started?
his head.
Iwobi started?
Iwobi's the only guy you play. That's it.
Maitland
Iwobi's the
Miles.
only guy.
Barely.
Maitland
Barely
Miles.
play Iwobi too.
I'm going to look
Maitland
up
Miles.
his.
Yeah, look
Keep
it up.
talking.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Dude,
too.
Maitland,
Make sure
he
you're
has
not
less
using
than 10.
Fugazi sources.
He's got less than 10.
Make
I'd
your
say
point.
8
I'd
tops.
say he has 5, bro.
I'll say 8. I'll be generous. But Tom, let me ask you something. This summer,
Me answer you something.
you guys signing somebody?
Yeah,
you,
hell
you guys,
yeah.
You guys making
Depends
signings
on
this
your
summer?
role.
Hell
If
yeah.
we make Champions League or
But
not.
no. Hold on. I think Arsenal still.
Why should that matter?
This pains me to say it.
Because we
Literally,
were the only team who went an entire transfer window without signing a field player. The year we bought Petr Cech, was the only player we bought, Petr Cech, and a couple of youth guys. Didn't sign one field player, so it is pertinent when
I
you're
think things-
speaking about
things are
Arsenal.
changing.
You have
I think-
to, you have to now. This summer is
I
the
think
summer.
Wenger's a choice because he's sticking.
Yeah, this
He's
is the
sticking.
summer he has to because he finished 7th, guys. Like usually
They're
top
sixth
4.
right now, right?
Look, they're gonna finish 7th.
Yeah,
Burnley's
chill out
got
with
it.
this. Yeah, you
Yo,
I'm just
anticipate.
saying,
Burnley got it.
I wanted to happen. I don't want to jinx
Burnley's
it.
right there, bro. I called
away.
it-
Wild
I called it 3 months ago.
You solid.
3 months
You
ago, I
wild.
said
May
Burnley will
5th, Cinco
finish
de
above
Mayo,
them.
bro.
Greatest stadium in the championship.
Where's Hustle United,
And
right?
just
Well,
just 'cause
wow.
I've seen him this
What do I
season.
even forget, man? Maitland Miles, 6 appearances, 5 of those subs, Al.
Okay.
But they play their youth, right?
But they play their
Come
youth.
on, bro.
Man's playing though.
No, but
Don't
going
say
six
so.
appearances.
No, but going
Okay,
back-
5 of them were subs. Of those 6,
Okay,
5
play,
were subs.
played
I
in
think
the
Kennedy's
FA
played
Cup.
more games than that
You know
for
what I mean?
Chelsea.
Played a game
Come
in the
on,
FA
stop
Cup.
it.
Yeah, check Kennedy.
What
You
about
guys
those
on that
friendlies?
Chelsea-
You
Kennedy's a
got
baller.
friendlies earlier.
Kennedy is a baller.
Those 3 friendlies.
Kennedy, when I do like a
I'm looking him up now.
like when I do like a shit like football, like when I'm gonna play like as like AC Milan or something like that. Kennedy's the first because he's always available on loan. He's hard to get because of the whole regulation.
kinda
Talking
fast.
FIFA right
He's
now?
fast. No, I'm talking about
fast.
Football Manager.
Yep.
And you get Kennedy. He's a baller, dude.
No, look.
And I think he's starting to. He's attracting a lot of interest. Like all the big clubs want him. PSG were rumored to be in for him.
Look, I don't think he's done enough to earn a starting
Oh,
spot
yeah.
at Chelsea, unfortunately. But I think if
He
a
can't
club
start
like
at Willian.
PSG comes in, look, PSG is a little aggressive. I think that will kill his career. But if a bigger club wants to come in, maybe like I don't know, outside of the league, I think you should go, man.
Atletico,
You should
Atletico
absolutely
Madrid
go.
is the perfect fit for him.
Monaco, I think, would be dope.
Monaco would be sick.
he's still
Somewhere where he
relatively
needs,
young.
he's got to play, man.
Hey,
This
here's
kid's
some
got
stats
talent,
for
but
you.
he's not good
Kennedy,
enough for Chelsea.
Chelsea, 14 appearances.
One. This
Ever,
year?
ever.
Oh, total. Because that sounds about right.
15, 16.
15, 16.
Oh, wow. That,
And
Why
that's
do you have
more.
to go
That's
out
more
on
than
loan,
that's
then?
more than Maitland Niles in his whole career.
that was a shite point, man. You built that up. Like
I'm saying, Chelsea played this guy.
That was not
No,
a
but
ball.
Kennedy's a baller. He has that swagger that
dig
like
Kennedy.
He's
he
on
has-
loan.
It's like his
He's got the low socks flow, too.
Technical ability was his ballerness. Make out a word. His ballerness is not a question. It's his mental. This guy's he's the same guy who was like
But that
caught on
ties.
social media saying a racial slur to Asian people.
But
like,
that- no,
he's
okay,
kinda
okay,
like-
hold on.
Look, I'm not.
Jamie
Here's-
Vardy's been racist to Asian people. Like,
okay, but here's the thing.
Frank Lampard's racist. Steven Gerrard's racist. Like,
No, I'm just
that
saying-
doesn't mean. What I think mindset. I'm not trying to interrupt. you.
Allegedly, I'll add that after those statements. Allegedly,
What I think mindset is on the pitch. Like off the pitch, you can be the biggest dumbass in the world all you want. That's nothing to do with me. But if I'm a supporter of Kennedy, which I'm not, if I'm a supporter of the club he plays for, it's what he does on the pitch. And by mindset, I mean Same thing with against Ozil. You need to grab the game by the scruff of the neck sometimes. You got to want it.
Do you agree,
gotta
though, that there's like a kind of cost evaluation
but that
between,
mindset
like, what
thing,
you do on the pitch and off the pitch?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
So he doesn't
Iwobi was caught doing that.
So he doesn't bring... Yeah, but that was the one and only thing we've seen with Iwobi. He doesn't bring enough to the table on the pitch to outweigh the bad stuff. Like, and we look.
But he's never gotten a chance. Like, look at him now at Newcastle. He's balling. This Newcastle side has been on fire since they signed him on loan.
I agree with that because Chelsea definitely doesn't play their youth. He does need to get more burn.
Exactly. That comes down to him staying at, like, going to Watford and it not working out. Him going to
the reason why the big clubs may not want to take a risk
is because of what they see.
I compare him a little bit to Aurier, not in terms of talent, but the same thing where, like, if you look at him, he has the ability to play on a lot of teams, a lot of top teams in the world, but that thing off the field sometimes, that boneheadedness,
you do,
it can translate sometimes on the field, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. No, that's
why he needs to just keep playing to the point where, like, you don't need to change your personality.
Needs to go. He would be great in Italy too. He would be great at like a Milan or Roma. Oh, if he was on Roma, forget about it.
He'd be great in the Prem.
Napoli, no, he
wouldn't. Like 5 minutes.
Kennedy,
he won't. He can't fit into any of the big six sides right now. There's no point in him trying to make a career at the Premier. Like maybe if he does what
I'm
Salah
not saying make his career, but he could play in this
if he goes away like Salah did for like a couple years, and then like Liverpool signed him.
I think he should.
That'd be ideal.
I think he should go get his education at a top foreign club. I agree with Snacks. Like, go, maybe not Roma because I don't know too much about
that. Kind of going on the whole youth system thing. Like some
Monaco,
players just really need that. Like Mo Salah is the perfect example. You can't shove him away in the reserves to dominate. Like he needs to go out there. Whether it's
some dudes need to play, man.
Playing in China in the first division, or playing in Italy, playing in France, playing in Brazil. You just need that. You just need that experience of being at the top of the division.
Well, look at Neymar, man. He signed for. He was going to sign from Barca, and they're like, no. His dad said we signed him when he was like 18, or was he 21?
It's like wait.
He played 2 more years in Brazil before he moved to Europe.
You need that time.
He wasn't developed enough yet. He wasn't ready.
No, you're not.
He dominated for 2 more years.
And look at what Real Madrid did with Vinicius Jr.
I'm not saying it's a new rule now.
No, it's always been there because whenever I try to sign a football manager, I try to sign youth 16-year-olds from Brazil, you can't sign them until they're 18.
Well, he was 18 and they waited till he was.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Vinicius Jr. for example, like
mistake.
Mistake.
Yo, answer me this. Who was the last teenager, not 20,
Wayne Rooney,
teenager who made it at Real Madrid? Like,
remember what's his name? He hasn't made it.
Odegaard?
About him. Odegaard.
I haven't forgotten.
Scored a screamer shout out.
But I'm saying, like, he was...
Had to be sent out on loan.
You can't break in. Yeah, you can't break in as a teenager.
No. But what I'm saying is
Robinho. He didn't make it.
He was a teenager.
Yeah, when he got signed to Madrid.
But he didn't make it.
Was he a
saying, like, you have to leave to make it.
No, but what I'm saying, Vinicius Jr., what they're doing is kind of what Man City did with Gabriel Jesus last season. It's like, all right, we're going to sign you. We want you to be a part of this club, but we all know you're not ready yet.
Exactly. That's
Go out, and he didn't even have a first-team appearance for, like, the Flamengo first team when he got signed. But they just think, like, all right, this kid's got it. We think he's got it, but let's just secure the signing now so we can, instead of spending... They spend a lot of money on him.
That's the way to do it. You buy and then loan him back right away to the club. And you say, we'll get you in 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's good business. That's good business. Odegaard is a shame because I remember when he first signed, I was like 20 and he was like 18. I was like, this 18-year-old's making $50K a year, and I'm at UMass Lowell studying. Blah.
He was like 15, 16, bro.
Yeah,
he's a
baller. Shout out my buddy Jawad when we played FIFA like 15 or whatever. I was down 3-2. I put on Odegaard in the 80th minute. He scores 2 screamers for me. Damn. Get in.
Shout out to that comeback.
Let's go.
Is that a bald spot over there? Hey everybody, this episode of the Podcast FC Show is brought to you by Hims, a new wellness brand for men. We've all seen the Wayne Rooney post-hair transplant picture, and many others like it in person, real life, in your face, and I think we can all agree it's not pretty. Hims looks to avoid this awkward situation by helping to curb your hair loss problems proactively and discreetly. Why wait until you're a cue ball before you decide to make a change in the way you look? Get that hairline from your teenage years back. Hims will help you regain your confidence with the ladies, or men, without having to undergo any drastic surgical procedures or dodgy medicines as seen on TV at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. A.m. is morning anyway. The problem, 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. The thing is, when you start to notice, it's too late. It's easy to keep the hair you have rather than replace it when you lost what you've already lost. Yeah? Wouldn't you agree? So I ask you, why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when they can turn to medicine and science? All right, this is in the lab, boys. This isn't no myth. This is science. The solution, forhims.com. a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. Well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hairs. No waiting room, no awkward doctor visits. Save hours by going to 4hims.com. It's so easy, guys.
So easy.
So easy.
Just do it.
A few quick questions. The doctor will review you and prescribe you. Products are shipped directly to your door. Don't get off the couch. Don't leave the house.
Knock,
no
knock.
need.
Hello.
So, if you order now, our listeners will get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last.
Ew.
See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to 4hims. Go to 4hims.com /FC soccer. That's 4hims.com/FC soccer. 4hims.com/FC soccer.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Quick touch here, wrapping up the rest of the EPL games. Burnley out here chasing Arsenal's Ducks.
They're coming.
They can smell Europe.
They
can
beat
have it.
Leicester 2-1. I did not see this coming. I think I predicted a draw on this one.
I thought Leicester, man. Leicester, Vardy's been scoring,
And he scored here, I
consistently.
think,
He
right?
scored
Yeah,
again.
Defense hasn't been there.
He's got 17
Check
on
this
the.
run.
I picked up
Wesley Morgan because he's got a double game week. I was like, dude, you're playing Burnley.
Captain Morgan.
Fucking nothing, man.
Nothing.
Two quick goals before 10 minutes.
Fucking nothing.
First 10 minutes. Chris Wood and Kevin Long, and that was it, man. Vardy got one back, 2-1. Didn't matter, man.
Burnley at
Dude, that's
home
a-
are a
that's-
nightmare.
Dude, that's
Burnley
the-
at home are tough.
That's
such
my
a
beef is
nightmare.
that Burnley struggles to find goals, man. Defensively, always solid.
Organization.
Work
Discipline,
rate.
everything.
So I had the draw here, but when you
Chris
giving
Wood,
him,
man?
when you're giving him freebies, yeah, Chris Wood out here getting his ducks as well. When you're
Stays
giving him
getting
freebies,
ducks.
it's hard, man. It's hard to come back against a Burnley
But Jamie
team.
Vardy refuses to be silenced, man. He smashed this goal
All
in.
his goals are the same. huh?
One touch
Has he ever
smash.
placed a goal?
Does
No.
he have a
ever
side
used the
foot?
inside
Dude, he
of
could have
his
been. He
foot
could have won
for
the
a
Golden
goal?
Boot last year, but he smashed the penalty 100 miles an hour over the net.
What did
That's
happen
what he
to
does,
dude?
man.
Fucking
That's what he
amateur.
does.
And we
I
got-
mean, animal.
we
But
got-
yo, he's gonna be at the World Cup. I bring him up. 'cause
He has to be.
He's gonna be at the World
I
Cup.
mean, he
right?
has to be.
Yeah,
I think it's
they-
Harry Kane's
Get him in
spot,
there. He
but
brings something
They-
different.
are they not-
love
they
to- I
play
would
two
love
up
to
front
see
though,
this
right?
guy.
they
Maybe.
shouldn't.
You don't know.
They shouldn't.
Well, Garrett,
They
you
should
don't
play
know
a
what you don't,
4-3-3
in FIFA they
without-
do, and if they do in FIFA, then Jamie Vardy should be up there with
No
Harry
way.
Kane.
You have Rashford, Sterling, Kane.
That's deadly.
That's a
4-3-3.
trident,
That's
dude.
fucking deadly.
That's
Oh, yeah.
one-on-one on
And
the
bring
outside
Vardy
all
in.
day.
What if we're
And then
talking
bring
about the
Vardy in
England,
late.
if we're
You
talking
need
about the England squad? I don't know if you guys heard the whole Jesse Lingard versus Dele Alli thing. Who do you think's getting that?
Both. I mean,
The way Deli Shop is playing towards the end of the season is going to be
dude,
Deli Ali.
Dele's been consistent, man. I mean, he's 22
yeah.
years
So
old.
is Jesse
Dude,
Lingard.
his numbers aren't
No,
there,
he
but he's
hasn't.
still the same.
I'm not.
player,
I'm not
you
taking
know?
a shot against
Yeah.
Dele Alli. I think Dele Alli's. I would love to have
Dele Alli's
Dele
got
Alli.
he's got 8 goals this year,
10
career,
assists.
career high 10 assists.
Yeah.
And we're looking at him like he's having a down year because he's
And
not
he's
scoring
only
as many
22.
goals.
Because he had 20 goals.
Because
or something.
last year he had like 17 goals. So that
No,
was,
no, I'm not saying.
Yeah,
I'm not.
'cause he went
No
off.
knock against Dele Alli. I love him as a player. I don't think he's all there mentally, but I think as like a pure footballer,
Yeah.
he is a baller. He's the real
Yes,
deal.
for sure.
But-
for sure.
Jesse Lingard, I mean, fair. He's cooled down, but since the turn of the year has been on fire, has been one of the best players in England.
He started hot,
His-
and now he's cooling
And-
up.
and-
Whereas
and-
Ali started cool, and now he's heating up.
And no, but recently, even the recent international break that happened like a couple weeks ago, Jesse Lingard was the man of the hour. He took over both of those games.
Got a goal and an assist.
He
That's
scored.
too
He
good.
scored the winner in the Netherlands game. I know
Look.
Netherlands aren't the same as they used to be, but I mean,
still.
Look,
he
for
scored.
me,
It was a nice goal. Well
Yeah,
taken.
I
goal.
like Lingard more because like in a cup game, like he has that special moment. Ali obviously over the longevity of
Skill-wise.
the
I
tournament,
just-
he's
I-
a better player. But like as far as a tournament, yeah, I
I don't
I
see
don't
why
know.
both
I'd
of them
say-
can't be on the team.
Yeah.
No, no,
it's-
I
it's
think
tough,
but like when
gotta-
you look at them, you think the number 10 position, and I think if you're picking between the two, just because Dele Alli can play at like the 8 and he can get away with like playing a little bit further, but he could still stay back. Jesse Lingard's got to start at the 10 for me, just because he's been so good this season, and Dele Alli's versatile enough to go
Well, yeah.
play a little deeper.
That's
And
what I'm
the
saying.
thing
Why
is,
not
man,
both?
when he
And
did
you
go-
use them in certain games, you can't use them at the same time.
But when he did get called up to the national team, he scored goals.
Yeah,
You know, which is like,
And
all right,
United-
man.
he
Hey, we'll
scores
see, we'll see,
important
we'll see
goals.
how you do. But for the national team, they gave him the chance, and he
Yeah.
produced. So now he's got a headache. I think
it's a
I
good
think he-
headache, man.
Oh yeah, I think he can perform well.
We take it.
just fine there though.
Absolutely,
A
man.
little more work rate than
How about
Dele
those
Alli.
Eagles, bro?
How about them Eagles?
How about I believe I can fly?
Oh.
I believe
Willie!
I think about it every night and day.
Hashtag R. Kelly.
Spread my wings and
Hashtag
fly
don't
away.
get peed on.
Man, Eagles flying high, man. Still getting relegated, Tiki? Still getting relegated, bro?
Eagles,
Get out of
fly.
Willie Zaha.
yeah.
Willie
The most
Zaha.
monotone fly Eagles fly.
Willie Zaha gets his first brace in the EPL.
Willie.
Took him
Dude,
long enough.
Crazy, that was a
Took him
crazy
long enough.
stat when I
Took him
heard
long
that,
enough.
man. This dude's been out here
He only has like
carrying
6
teams.
goals this year. He's been
But-
injured for
but
most
this
of
is
it.
his first brace, man. Like, that's...
Pogba got his first brace. He's
about
been in the
time.
league for a year.
Yeah, and Zaha's been in it for, what, 6? He went to United. He
Not
left Palace,
6,
went
man.
to
Maybe
United.
5 tops.
No,
Maybe
since
6,
2012.
man.
Let's
This
find
dude's been
out.
a baller. This
He's been
dude's
around
Six
about-
years?
Look,
2012.
it's not a shot. I'm just saying this guy's been so good for so long. I would have bet my house that this
you
dude
see,
has had
I
a
wouldn't
brace
say
before.
He's been so good for so long. 2
No,
years.
as far as
This has been. Think about it. Since he's actually been the man at Palace, because at United he wasn't so
dude,
good.
3 years, man. When he popped with Balassi was still the man, but we all saw. Well, you saw Zaha coming.
That was
through.
the early
You
shot.
saw it. Yeah, you saw it.
So there were no expectations at that point.
But I'm saying,
But
like,
now
I wouldn't have
he's
been
the guy.
surprised
The
to
last
see
2
him get
years,
2 goals
it's
in a
been-
game. Like, you mean to tell me this
'Cause
dude
he's not a goal
this year?
scorer. He's a creative.
Yeah.
He's a
He's,
creative.
that's
he's,
right.
goal, he's
Can score.
everything, bro. This guy's a wild card, man.
He's
He's a,
developing
he's a
into
street,
that.
Not a
he's a
goal
street
scorer.
ball and just
Developing
wandered
into
onto
that.
the pitch.
Apparently not
He's
a
like,
goal
I'll
scorer.
try and play.
Bro, Zaha is so legit, man. I love this guy.
Dude,
I'm
the
glad
goals
for
are
Palace.
coming, man.
I'm glad for Palace.
He's gonna be a better finisher than Raheem Sterling. Like he's
Oh,
on a
for
better
sure.
trend.
But
than
that's not
that,
saying
even
much.
though he's
I
older by
don't know
25.
about
You guys are
that,
so
guys.
rude
I
about
don't know
Sterling.
about that.
What's the Sterling?
I don't think
Plays
so,
for my
actually. Matter of fact, I'm not
deadliest
gonna shout him out. I'm
rivals.
gonna disagree with
Sterling's
that
gonna
one.
kill it,
He
man.
plays for my rivals. I can't like him, just like I can't like Firmino.
You gotta
Just
separate the
Hey,
stats from
there's
the
liking and there's
emotion,
respect.
right? Yeah.
Put some respect on that man's
Sterling
name.
put in 17 goals this year, dude. No one
Look
saw
at the
that
team
coming.
more
around
than
him,
Lukaku.
What do you do when you're on the pitch?
Every shot I could
Willie
shoot.
Zaha is on Crystal Palace. I mean, he scored 7 last year. This year he has 7 again, and he's been injured for a large part of this season.
He's
Only
injured for a
20
large part of
All I
last
know
season
is
too.
Raheem Sterling doesn't get injured. He debuted for Liverpool as
He's
a
a bitch,
16-year-old.
that's why.
As a 16-year-old, he was playing for Liverpool, and then he moved up to Man City, where now he's up
Where?
his goals. So
So
Up.
This dude is
What
on a
team-
crazy
what teams are-
trajectory,
what teams are
and
he
everyone's
is he
just
playing
shitting
on?
on him.
Man City, where the competition is way more than
Dude,
Crystal
where he's
Palace.
getting gifted.
Way thicker.
He's not getting gifted. He earns his time.
I'm not saying he's not
at
earning
City.
it.
But that's the thing. Like,
Either,
it's
either
not
Willie
gifted.
Zaha stays at United and grinds it out and doesn't play nearly as many games.
just
And
as
that's
he
why,
would.
and that's why you gotta
And that
give,
makes it-
and that's why you gotta give Sterling credit because he didn't have to grind it out at City. He walked
was
in,
nice.
grabbed his dick, and
Ben
was
had
like,
that
"Someone
Ben-
get on
Jesus
this."
Christ.
Straight up.
I don't even know what we're arguing about anymore.
I don't know
I
arguing
don't like
about
shots
it.
at Sterling.
Yeah.
I just don't like shots at Sterling. I think it's the hot thing to do
Is
right
that
now to shit on
Zaha
this kid.
will not
And I
be a
don't
better
like
Dude,
it.
you
goal scorer than
watch how
Raheem
Willie
Sterling.
Zaha finishes. He like he's trying to do what he does. Where Sterling is more rash, just kind of kicks it. His finishing is.
And yet he's younger.
I understand, and I said that already.
All right, man.
So what's the argument here?
How did this turn into Sterling versus Zaha, dude? Give
Because he
Zaha
said
props.
he said Zaha will be
Yeah,
a better
man,
finisher
let's
than
leave
Sterling.
Sterling
I
out
don't
of
think he
this.
will.
Sterling, yeah, I disagree.
I'm sticking to that. Write it down.
Write it down. He has
I
no
give a
reasoning
shit.
for it, but
All this
Yeah.
kid did
I
was
have
ask
reasoning
more
for it,
money.
man. There's
All
plenty
this
of
kid
reasoning
did-
behind it.
okay. So
All
explain.
this kid did was ask for 6 figures a week, and everyone's hated him ever since.
I know, man.
Oh yeah,
It's
six
so rude.
figures.
And he
I'm
earns
not
it with
hating
17
on him.
goals with Man
Savage.
City.
I'm critiquing his finishing, dude. How did he score this
But
weekend?
is that more
How
pop or
was his
more-
goal this weekend? Blasting
Al,
it from
it's the
inside
fucking
the yard.
chair, bro. You're sitting in the Hus chair. It's taking you over, bro.
Understand.
God
Just
damn
melted.
it. No, I hear you. Look,
seeped into
Sterling's
you.
finishing is not his greatest trait, bro. But as far as saying like Zaha's gonna be
If
a better
Zaha can
finisher-
get 10 on Crystal Palace this year, and he gets 17 for
Dude, but
City,
Zaha misses goals too, man. He's
Everyone
always like
does.
falling over trying to shoot it as well. Like Zaha misses too, man. He does.
What about
because he's from the street, man. He's not from some academy.
Say what you will.
What about the mental pressure? of
Should
playing
Willie
for
Zaha
City?
go to the
Can
World
he
Cup?
handle
What
that?
about Pep out here
He is
slapping
going to the
the
World
hand
Cup.
button, dude?
No, he's
Zaha
not.
is.
He's
He's better
Ivory
suited to being a
Coast.
He's not
big
going.
fish. in a
Oh, they're
small
not
pond.
going. Got it.
He
Yeah.
just did. For now.
Nigeria is the team I was. Nigeria's
Nah,
the
but
team.
for
the
real,
green
though.
jerseys and stuff like that.
For real, Crystal Palace doing work, man. Zaha, absolute baller out here, carrying
James
the team.
Tompkins gets the goal also.
I did get Squado's finish to make it
Milijovic.
very interesting. Yo, Milo.
I finally picked him up
Did
in
you?
fantasy.
Did you finally
Yes.
catching that wave, huh?
Assists and goals on deck, bro.
Beast.
Dude's killing it this year, man.
Beast.
That Palace 6 points clear. of relegation.
Are they safe? Probably not.
Always safe.
Is the shit on the pool?
Look at the bottom three, man.
Probably
It's
not.
Southampton, Stoke, and West Brom. They're not moving.
Ugh.
Hey, don't
Everybody
jinx it
everybody
now.
Yeah,
else is
Stokes
winning.
Hey, man,
proper
Man United was
trash.
supposed to be West Brom, bro. Don't jinx it.
Don't give a shit.
Don't jinx it,
Don't
bro.
give a shit.
Jinx the FA Cup. That's what you jinxing.
Dude, Huddersfield Town 1, Watford 0. Huddersfield here with a buzzer beater late to win it, man.
Substitute.
This is what the Prem's about, man. Just those desperate games,
Comments.
man. Huddersfield
Subs
schedule.
on.
Hey, Troy Deeney, where were your cojones?
Thank you, bro.
Coming
I
at Troy
noticed that.
Deeney, bro. Roberto
Yeah.
Pereira is too good for Watford. He's got to go.
Dude, he's so good,
He's
man.
too good for them.
How,
When-
can-
when
how do
he-
you go from Juventus to Watford, bro? That's
Game
the
time.
money in the EPL, bro. He has
Needs to
no
go.
business. He should be
He
at
needs to go to-
Everton.
Listen, Christian
West
Eriksen's
Ham
leaving
even.
Tottenham this summer. He needs to go to Tottenham.
For where? Hot take. Hot take.
Yeah,
Where's
let's
he
hear
going?
this. Where's he going,
I'm
bro?
just taking I'm gonna guess and say Atletico or Bayern. No logic behind either signing. Doesn't make
Okay.
sense, but
So that's more of a cold take.
yeah,
That one
it
fizzled.
was more
That
of
one
a
fizzled.
spicy take because it makes
like-
no
It
sense.
was like that hot pocket that's like hot in the outside and you go bite in the middle and it's just
It's
frozen
cold. Yeah,
cold.
man,
in
yo,
there.
what
It's just-
the-
Well, I mean, he could fit in at the Atletico setup. I'm just saying. I just think Roberto Pereira is he's too good for Watford. I mean, I know
No,
they
he is,
lose,
for sure. I agree, man.
and he's too like. I think it's his performances aren't like they don't blow you away.
his
Stat,
technique though.
Dude, that's
but the
a-
way he
yeah,
sees,
man.
he's a very poor man's version of Ozil, in my opinion. He's silky smooth. He makes the right pass. He'll chip him with the goal here and then.
It's a bit of a stretch, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Poor man's,
disrespect.
very poor man's though.
Yo,
More like bankrupt, man, bro.
This
He's
man
not
got-
even poor.
he
This
got
dude
hole in his-
owes.
he's got clothes in
This
his
dude
holes.
owes people, bro. He's got
I've-
credit card
holes in
debt.
his clothes.
But he could definitely start for a top six. You take him in Arsenal.
Not yet,
No, I
man.
wouldn't.
Ooh, we'll take him
Not
in
yet,
Arsenal.
man. Not yet. He's
Snacks,
got to
I'll
prove
take
it.
you at Arsenal.
There
Hey!
you go. Dude, Huddersfield, this was such an important win for them. They got Everton, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal next, dude.
Shout out to Ince.
And
Tom
they're
Ince
sitting-
getting the goal.
They're sitting in 14th place, 35 points. The magic number is usually 40 points. Once you get to 40,
41 these
historically-
days.
41.
In this modern era.
Historically, you're safe if you get to that. So they essentially
hate Di
need 2
Maria.
wins, and this should be good.
I
But,
hate him.
man, it's absolutely crazy down there at the bottom of the relegation. We'll finish
But
up
the
with
drama
that.
is starting to mellow out. The gaps are widening. Like I said, 6 points between Palace and Southampton. Southampton 3 points or 5 points themselves.
They just look dejected, Southampton as well. You know, especially
It
after a
looks
loss
tired. They
like
look
this.
tired,
they,
yeah.
they fought back, but yeah, no. it
Yeah,
was
they're
hard.
they're out of the 3 teams in relegation. They're the team like I think. Well, like there's always that one team who's like, like
They're
they
the
don't
le-
deserve it.
They're the
Near,
least,
like
they're
West,
the least deserving.
yeah, like West Brom, like you're just
Garbage.
awful. Like Stoke, it's been a long time coming for Stoke. I feel
For
like
sure.
Tony
Even though they've
Pulis.
been-
Yeah, they
even though
deserve
they've
it.
been
Both
finishing
Pulis'
higher,
teams.
Mark Hughes.
even if
Darren Fletcher goes from
Pulis
Darren
is
Fletcher
the
went
new
from
Jose.
West Brom
You shouldn't have let
to
him go.
Stoke, and both teams got relegated.
he went one
Dude.
place higher. He went
Pulis
One
is
place
a
higher.
poor man's Jose Mourinho. When he leaves, clubs are just devastated, bro.
Not his fault. Just like Jose, not his fault. Not his fault.
Swansea City won. Everton won.
Who got the goal for Everton?
Rooney. No.
This guy,
No,
bro.
it
It wasn't Rooney.
Wasn't Rooney.
He needs to.
Saeed.
He needs to retire.
Own goal, Kyle Naughton. Dude, what's with the hate?
Nah, I like it.
I
Look,
mean,
I like
No,
it.
I
like
respect
it.
Wayne Rooney.
10
I like
goals.
it. Keep hating on Man
Right,
United.
10 goals.
I love it.
More than
Look,
Lacazette.
look, I agree with you, man.
I'm not taking it in a bad way.
Rooney's fading to black. He's going quietly into the
34, 35, retire.
Let me
No,
also
say
dude.
right
has,
now
has Rooney
to
has
keep
Rooney
that.
fallen off?
No.
Not,
me
off,
give-
not off of a cliff,
But
as
is
some
he-
people like to. Has
hold
he
on, hold on.
fallen off?
What do you mean by
Let me
that?
give you the
Is he
ideal
in
scenario.
rapid
Wayne Rooney should have.
decline?
What Wayne Rooney should have done.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney should have
Wayne
done
Rooney.
to extend his career.
What?
Lasana Diarra, when he played for Real Madrid near the end of his tenure there, and I think he might have went to Marseille after for like a little bit of time,
He's
but
such a beast.
he retired for like a season. He just hung up his boots for. He's like, I'm not playing this season. Came back. Look where he's at.
Fresh.
That's pussy shit, man. You
Perry
can't take, you
Saint-Germain.
can't take sabbaticals like Landon
Paul
Donovan.
Scholes did it.
What do you mean?
Dude,
Dog?
you got-
Paul Scholes did
No,
it.
he,
Michael
he
Jordan
retired.
did
He's
that.
like, dude, I'm done. And he's
No,
like,
Paul
I can
Scholes-
still play. I'm gonna sub back in.
No, they came
Exactly.
to get Paul Scholes. He didn't say, "Yo, I'll be back."
No,
in a year.
but it's the concept. Like he took a sabbatical and came back. Wayne Rooney, like maybe 2 seasons ago, should have taken a sabbatical.
Rooney's
like,
been
listen,
playing since he was 16.
when Wayne Rooney was shifted to center midfield like permanently by Louis van Gaal, that's when they should have said.
I
Listen,
think
I'm
that
gonna
was
take-
by Wayne Rooney.
What do you mean?
That shift, I think it was by Wayne Rooney. I think
But he
asked for
should
that
have.
position.
No. But I think
I don't think he was put back there. You could see when they put him at number 9.
either way,
he would
though, the
naturally drop in.
transition right?
I'm
of
saying he
Rooney.
should have just retired.
Dude,
Has he
hey,
fallen off?
Yo,
So then he
listen,
usually
Tom,
fallen
Tom,
off.
Tom, to answer
Yeah,
your
man,
question,
with
Tom,
age, yeah,
to
for
answer your
sure.
question, I heard Ray Hudson or someone, no, it wasn't Ray Hudson, it was comparing Messi to Ronaldo about, I think it was Steve Nicol, to be honest. And he's like, has Messi lost a step? He really hasn't yet. Has Ronaldo? He has lost a step.
Absolutely.
He's still effective or even more effective, but he's still lost a step.
He's lost a step.
He
I
lost.
don't agree.
It's impossible to. Not agree with it.
Hold on,
anyway, to get on with my point, I watched the Wayne Rooney goals from 2009 2010. The way he played in 2009 010, scored 30 something goals. Guy was incredible.
The way he
was.
ran,
His
his
speed with the ball, his
yeah.
first touch, everything was
On-
on point.
one of the best players in
His
the world.
quickness,
He
like,
was
he
Vardy
was
on
deadly.
steroids.
and he's not dedicated.
He was Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's not dedicated
You know?
off the field. What I mean by that is he's not dedicated to his
not
diet.
doing
Dude, it's not his
yoga.
diet. He's not dedicated.
Rio
to.
Ferdinand was like, dude, guys like Rooney, they got to play every week. He's like, we're going to take a week off. He come in and he starts laughing. He's
In
like,
my-
dude,
in my
one
opinion-
week the guy's out of shape.
In
It's
my
not his
opinion-
fault.
Coach him cramping.
Like
just a big
Wayne
dude.
Rooney, like you were saying, like 09, 010, 09, 10 was like what Harry Kane is now. Not saying like goals and like they're the same player. I'm saying like
But he played
he's
in the
the
English
face.
impact.
He's the face of England. So like when people talk about the Premier League, the first name that used to come up back in the day,
Yeah,
Wayne Rooney.
100%.
Wayne Rooney. Like when
For
does
a
he
decade.
play? Exactly right.
Yeah,
and
for
now
sure.
it's slowly starting to become Harry Kane and stuff like that. Now that Wayne Rooney's fading, Harry Kane's coming to prominence and stuff like that.
Sure.
But just going back to overlaying what Tom was asking, yeah, he's fallen off. He fell off. I think after Louis van Gaal's first season,
Yeah.
he should have. That's when he should have called it. That's
For sure.
my opinion.
Absolutely.
Retired?
Yes.
Why? Like,
What?
Like,
What are you
Alfred, like,
talking
why?
about?
Like,
Because he's
look,
been
I
playing since he was a
understand-
teenager, though. It's
Exactly,
not like
man.
he's coming in at like 20, 21.
I
He just
don't
came in at
blame him.
16.
I don't blame him for not retiring. He should do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
but I think
this is what the guy
but I
did. He
think-
plays football. That's his job.
fine
Agreed,
with
but I
that.
think him playing at Everton hurts his legacy.
Yeah,
People
it
are gonna
tarnishes him
forget
as a
Dude,
player.
who he
okay,
was.
you know what's
bro.
solidified? Dude,
Nah,
his
For
great
us,
dude.
that I
No,
think-
no, dude.
They'll never forget
His
who Rooney
goal
was,
for
bro.
his-
Outside
dude,
of fan will, man.
his
Those
goal
who are just
fake-
picking up soccer now will absolutely.
Dude, his goal from
100%.
half for
they
Everton to
don't know
complete his
footy.
hat trick
They
was
don't.
enough.
And
Dude,
most fans
No, it
don't.
wasn't. No,
that
it
goal
wasn't.
from half
I disagree with that.
for the hat trick he scored this year, that was worth the transfer itself.
Dude,
It goes
there's
back to his whole boyhood club.
Look, I hear you, but
Scores a
there's
hat
been-
trick, scores from inside his own
Al,
half. It was beautiful.
There's been
nothing wrong with
nothing.
his
There's
poetic.
been
He's just
nothing
not
but
the same player
no,
he
no,
used to be. That's all it is.
100%
Absolutely
agree.
not.
But it's-
Absolutely.
By like 50%.
Dude, here's my
Half,
point.
Like the players.
all the stories on Rooney for the last 2 seasons have been negative. It's not like, oh, he's fallen off, but he's killing it at Everton. He's elevated Everton.
Hey, you know what happens when you die? They praise you. Same thing happens when you
No,
retire.
100%.
Those memories. Oh, so I'm saying that even after when he retires, right now it's bad because it's grim. It's like Michael Jordan at the Wizards. Like, oh, what the hell? What are you doing, man? You trash. Once he retires, we're gonna look at Rooney's legacy and we're like, oh wow, this guy leads England and Manchester United in goals. He'll be.
Dude,
his
you're gonna
status
watch
will
his-
be
you're
up
gonna watch his
because he's
highlights from his
retired.
prime,
When you
man.
die, that's when they give you the flowers, mate.
You're gonna watch his highlights from his prime
Yeah.
and be like, "Shit, dude,
That
this-
bicycle
Alan
kick against
Shearer
Manchester
style-
City alone is like.
Dude, I'm
But
telling
dude,
you.
I think
I'm
he
telling you,
still
for
has
us,
still has a
for
role
us,
to play.
For us, I agree, man. I'll never forget Rooney. I grew up watching
of
this
course,
dude.
you-
I'll
you-
never forget him. The hardcores won't forget him. What I'm saying is the
new
newbies
gen-
who are joining in the
Oh,
Man
Wayne
City
Rooney-
era
Wayne
will never
Rooney
know who this
plays
dude
for Everton.
is.
He's trash. is
It's the
what they're
same way
gonna
we
say.
talk about
I don't-
Gascoigne.
Who cares about those
Gazza-
people, man? Fuck those people.
But that's
Those
not.
are the,
but
that's
that
the
doesn't-
new kids coming through.
But that's
they
not.
can talk all they want, dude. Don't let that
dudes-
influence
those
you,
dudes-
Wayne.
No, no.
Don't let that influence you, Wayne.
It will never
Don't listen to the
influence
haters.
It'll influence history, though. It won't influence Wayne.
I don't think it will
Dude,
influence
the numbers,
history.
the numbers are there for history.
Those guys will just miss it until they catch
Listen,
up on history.
if he had retired in 2014 or 2015, you would have arguably said he could have been touted.
Yes, man.
I understand he
His
wanted
legacy
to.
would have been-
I know he wanted to stay and
Yeah, 'cause
break
he-
the Manchester
he
It's
goal
like
record.
Henry. It's like
Walking out
Henry
there
leaving
with that
Arsenal. We all know Henry's a god, but if he retired at Arsenal,
Should've.
he would have
Dude,
been next level
that's
god.
like
That's
saying-
all I'm saying about Rooney. Rooney will be a god, Al. That's not the debate here. What I'm saying is him bumming it at Everton, not starting, getting
Last
subbed
season-
at half, is not good for his legacy.
He's
But
got
if
that
you remember,
punch-drunk boxer mentality where it's like,
that's
bro,
my
you should have
point.
stopped fighting.
Where's
like,
Joe Rogan
2
when you
fights
need him?
Earlier.
Thank you.
2
Where's Joe
fights
Rogan
earlier,
when
you
you
should have
need
stopped
him?
fighting. Now you're getting knocked out in
now
the
you
second
fucking
round.
you can't start. You can't.
by
You're
heavyweights.
getting Davies breaking
so
in
that
over time.
it's like Wenger, but he hasn't Wengered it yet.
No,
He
he
hasn't
won't, and
Wengered
he
it
will
yet.
never
He's had-
Wenger
right?
it.
Wenger's
He will
got
never
that.
Wenger it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Henry lost some cashish for going to play in MLS, for going to Barca at an inopportune time. I still think Henry's one of the best strikers in EPL history. So for
course,
us
yeah.
in this room, it won't
Yeah, no, it doesn't
kill his
affect that.
career.
But what I'm
we
saying
can't
is,
pretend him bumming it for the last 5 years of his career.
Going to
didn't
Everton.
hurt
But
his
even
start.
I don't know if he-
hypothetically, let's say
Okay,
he does
Rooney, you're
retire
saying.
next.
Yeah.
Even him being Manchester United's all-time leading goal scorer, he's still in that category. But him going to Everton, we're not gonna
even started.
remember
He
this.
started the last like 2-3 games.
Thank you, Al. That's the standard
trash.
he's dropped to.
He's trash now.
He's not
It's
starting
not
a lot of these
about, it's-
games.
You used
Dude,
to ask
trash
him.
now.
You used to ask about Wayne Rooney. How many goals would he score in a season? Now you're asking how many starts does he get in a
Yeah,
season?
dude, at Everton.
Dude, he's
now.
played 30 games this year, 29 in the Prem.
How many goals,
How many
man?
subs?
10 goals.
Can we take away PKs? What's that? 7
Doesn't
goals?
matter.
It does matter
Because
PKs
he's a
matter.
god. He's a god.
PKs matter.
Wayne
I'm
You
Rooney.
telling
should fucking treat his
I
career
think
like a
you're-
god.
Yeah, I just think you're.
He's a god.
love him,
I'm
man.
looking at this
You love
favorably.
him.
You guys are looking at it so negatively. I'm looking at a guy who's 32. He's played. He's got a million miles on the odometer. What do you
So why
expect?
doesn't- so
I
why
think he's
doesn't he
right
just-
where he
I
should be.
expect him to fucking ride off into the sunset like the god
Dude,
he is.
he is riding off. He's
no,
doing
he's
it
not.
at his own speed.
I expect
Do
great
you-
players. I expect to decline
back in amateur
slowly. That's
boxing.
why that goes back to the question: has Wayne Rooney fallen off?
No.
I
It
think
depends.
Rooney.
It depends
I
on the
think it went
position
like
and your
this.
style. Rooney's one
it
of
went like
Rooney's main traits were his speed, bro. So like obviously guys
slowed
who are
down.
speedy when they get older they crash harder than guys who are more skillful.
Except Giggs.
Except Giggs because Giggs was an
Genius.
anomaly. You're right, but like that's what we expect now from like Ronaldo. We expect him to adopt that Giggs method. We'll see if he does. But like when speed's your main trait, when you hit
Or
32
stamina.
or stamina, your career tends to crash hard because that was what made you the special
I'm
guy.
just glad we all
I
agree.
love Rooney,
I don't know
man.
if Al has
I love
agreed that
Rooney.
Rooney's
It's not-
fallen off. Because between the three of us,
Dude, he's
fallen
declined.
off.
He's gonna keep declining till the end.
Rapid
It's like
But that's
FIFA, it's like FIFA when they get old, they go down point by
But
point.
there's no
You don't think
point
he's
in him
fallen off?
going.
I still play those guys in FIFA.
Maybe-
went down 5
maybe
points.
maybe
not
if he
just
went
like
to
one by
Everton
one.
and was like a coach or something, it would be cool. But like, there's no reason for him to go to
There's
Everton.
no
and
reason
play-
to be there.
It doesn't make sense. Like
It
what?
doesn't even help.
That's where it
Everton.
started, man.
Exactly.
Hey,
That's the big point. He
that's
doesn't.
So what does
Rooney
he?
just
So
started.
where does he go from here?
retire.
China?
Go home.
Does he go to
Go
China?
fucking do coke with your boxer friends.
Does he go to
dude. Like,
China? Does he go to MLS?
No,
No,
no.
done.
Really?
Your career
Hang up
has
the
been.
boots.
You're a god. Don't fucking play with these peasants in MLS. You're god, dude.
Don't
Ibra
forget
would-
Beckenbauer,
Hold on.
Beckenbauer was
Hold on.
playing
Hold on.
in
And the big thing
Iraq,
is-
in Italy, in all
you're
the
talking-
MLS.
Look,
and
look,
all
look.
those
If you're
MLS.
talking
about-
He's one of the biggest gods of all
If you
time.
talk
Doing a
about-
social media
If
podcast.
you're talking
I'll
about-
support Rooney. I'm just saying it hurts my feelings when I see him playing at. Or not even getting starting time at Everton.
He started
getting
last
subbed
two
in the
games.
60th.
Dude, he got subbed in the 60th. He threw a
Straight up.
tantrum, ran into the
Dude,
locker room.
well, hey,
I hate to see
let's
that
just-
for my
hey,
boy.
let's just see.
I love it.
Can we
'Cause you
reassess
really
this
were
when the end
really
finally
about
comes?
this life.
All right, I've
When the end
I've
come-
taken your words in. I've taken it all.
When the end comes, we'll all look at this like,
We'll see
oh,
what we'll see.
Remember,
We'll see who's right. We'll see who's wrong.
We'll
you know?
look at we'll look at Everton
wrong?
like, ooh, no, let's not bring that up. Ooh.
No, we'll see, man. I think with a different manager, Sam Allardyce might be out after this season.
He's gone, dude.
Hey,
He's
I want to see.
waste, man.
I think Rooney still has something to provide or
No,
to
he
offer.
doesn't. He
Their
doesn't.
brand of
And
football is
with the
just-
right manager, the right team, because Everton are not anything pretty to look
Here's
at.
the thing:
right
if
now.
he was a leader who was happy not playing, then you could be a leader. Per Mertesacker. This dude wants
Dude,
to
he
get
said he's
that
afraid
game
to
time.
play.
You
He
ain't
said,
gonna get
I
that.
get sick, I'm going to throw up. Dude, you know
That's
what
a
the
mental
fuck?
issue, okay?
You're
Mental
You're
awareness month is
professional.
coming up.
You won a quote unquote World Cup.
Dude,
It's
he's
just
like,
a show. He was just riding on his team's shoulders.
sometimes
No, he wasn't.
it's better if I don't
Sweden,
play.
He fucking chokes.
Nah, that's real shit, man. You guys are making jokes. Well, we can get these jokes off if we want.
Dude, he
but
literally
that's real
said-
shit.
Yeah, these
People
jokes.
puke before games. People do
Char-
that.
Man, Messi does it all
Bobby-
the time.
You think every player goes in that
Dude, I
the
don't
Hey,
think-
pros
hey,
like
yo,
no,
I don't
Sir
think
Bobby
the dogs do
Charlton.
that.
Sir Bobby Charlton threw
Oh.
up before every single game of his career.
Okay, that
or
man-
came
Yeah,
close
but why?
because
That
he was
man
so
was-
nervous. He still fucking played every game. All right,
That man was knighted.
He didn't say I'd rather sit on the bench than play because I'm so nervous. Bitch ass attitude.
See, that's
Bitch
what happens.
ass attitude.
Bitch ass
This is what
attitude.
happens,
Fucking
dog.
tabs over there.
Pro,
All
pro
right.
players come
All
with
right,
some
let's
real
keep it
shit,
moving.
and we got hot takes.
Let's go.
I love it.
got-
Shitting on Rudy, man, coming at you.
I love it.
Flip it on the
Staying
BFG.
alive. Dude, wrapping up, West Ham still to play Stoke as we record this Monday night. I don't even care to predict this one. You guys care? I mean,
West Ham
Yeah.
I
too.
don't give a shit.
This is the
Stoke
battle
won.
of the brothers. What is it? The Smash
Smash
Bros.
Bros.
Yeah, bro.
Smash Bros.
What is it?
Bash
It's not
Bros.
Bash Bros.
Bash
It's
Bros.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, I
Who's
thought
the
it was
Bash
Smash-
Bros?
it was Super
Who-
Smash Bros. It was-
Oh,
Arnautovic.
for snacks and our listeners who aren't aware, the Bash Bros dates back to last season, the years prior, when Jedran Shaqiri, and Arnautovic were on the same team. They were the Bash Bros, joined by the
On
third
Stoke.
Bash Bro, Joe Allen, when he signed for them. according to Hussey.
I know he's like
But yeah, the
he's
two of
like
them-
the side kid though. He's not really.
No, he's the Asian kid.
He's the
in
sub
He's
now.
the Asian kid that's I'm the third best brother in the movies.
Yeah, but you're not really.
No, not the Vitch. He's gonna
No.
bag one, and he's gonna start talking a lot of smack to the Stoke. Who's home?
I'm gonna say this. West Ham is home. I'm gonna say this. If he scores, he doesn't celebrate.
No, he does. He does.
I can see him wild.
He does. He does. No, he's not.
They didn't
I think-
kick
He's
him
a
out.
little rat.
That's the thing. They didn't kick him
Arnautovic
out.
is a rat,
They
dude.
didn't kick him out. What do you mean he's a rat?
He's
dude?
just
he's a gangster.
No, he's exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah,
he's a
he's
bad
not a
boy.
rat.
Bro, I think it was early in the season when things weren't working out for Arnautovic. There was an article that came out, and one of the coaches was like, "Yeah, he thinks he's Ronaldo." Bro, this guy, not me saying.
Have you seen
From
his
what I
goals?
see, he thinks no.
I
no,
think
no.
he is.
He got that. He's got that.
Get out of here.
I think his production needs
He's
to
got that
come up.
Nicholas Bentner.
No, he's got-
era
he's a
about
bad
him.
boy.
Where it's
No,
like you're not as
the
good as you
Lord.
think you are, but you're good.
He's Jack Grealish. Remember Jack
not
Grealish?
Bentner.
You remember
telling
Jack
you right.
Grealish?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
He
I
thinks he's a
like
bad
Jack
boy. He
Grealish.
thinks he's a bad boy.
All
He's gonna
low socks
and he's gonna. Did you hear what he said
the
about Mark
Cavs.
Hughes after he scored against Southampton?
What?
He was like, "Listen, like I'm a respectful guy and whatnot, but like Mark Hughes was talking smack about me, so I celebrated in wild fashion on purpose to like."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What's
so like,
wrong with that?
so why won't he go at the Stoke fans? Like it's the
Different
same thing.
relationship.
No, it's not.
The fans and the fans love him.
Arnautovic
The
is a
fans
ball.
give
I
him
love
everything.
Arnautovic. I would
Yeah.
love.
You just think he's a rat. Or
But I
bad.
just think
Was
he's
that
like
the
hot temper
quote?
Arnautovic. He's a bad boy. He's the.
Oh no, for sure he's
He
a
is.
bad boy, but I see him as like a gangster. Like there
I
are
see him as
rules
a
to being a bad
That's why we call
boy.
him mini
Mini
Ibrahimovic
Yeah, for
because I
sure.
see
Big
them
ego.
as the same.
Mini
era.
Balotelli.
If I don't
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
with
There's
him, he
arrogance
doesn't want to
there.
be fucked
Yeah,
with.
Mini
there's an
Balotelli.
arrogance there.
Mini
Nah,
Balotelli.
Balotelli's different.
Balotelli's
He's on
a
his
whole other
own.
class.
Yeah.
He's coming. He's going to
He's
Roma
his own-
next
he's
year.
his
That's my
own
hot
junk.
take.
He's going to MLS. I heard.
No,
he's
no,
going.
no. He's gonna go to
Atlanta-
Italy. He's been
Atlanta
tweeting
United,
a lot
I
of
heard.
Roma games on his Instagram.
I heard he's coming to Arsenal.
I heard Atlanta United,
Nah,
man.
no,
You guys don't have enough
I didn't hear
strikers.
Other world
hear that.
footy news results.
Let's do it out.
Cristiano Ronaldo, the god.
Did not play this weekend.
No,
he
come
did- he
on.
did.
We're talking about the Champions League.
Did not travel. We'll keep with La Liga for first.
All right, let's go. Let's go to baller.
Barcelona 2, Valencia 1. Barca set new unbeaten La Liga record, 39 games.
Goddamn.
But they can't beat
Roma.
Roma.
Pussies.
Suarez and
Pussies, he says.
both assisted by Coutinho, man. This guy has.
I can like
That's
him
what
now.
they were
I can
missing,
rate
Brad.
him.
That's what they're missing in the Champions League.
I can rate him now. I'm a Coutinho guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
nice,
you
bro.
are.
What took you
After
so
he's
long?
Barca
off
paid
Liverpool.
200
Nah,
mil for
I
him.
can't.
Like,
No, but I
what
can't.
were
Listen,
you waiting?
listen.
He was
It's
on
a standard.
Liverpool.
Pause. It's a standard rule. You can't support or rate any player that plays against a rival.
Who made this rule?
Hold on a second. Do you guys know who Scribs is from Filthy Fellas? You ever heard of
Yeah.
him? Right?
Yeah.
He tweeted that he played Man City in football, and I tweeted at him like, "You're a fraud, bro. You do not play Man City in FIFA. You don't do that. I don't care, bro.
Play
It's
as
club
them?
loyalty.
Like play as them?
Yeah, you don't. I will never pick Man
But can
City.
you sit here and say De Bruyne's not good?
No, I could say De Bruyne's good.
So what happened with Coutinho?
Coutinho, but he
What
was
happened?
never. He was not.
It's the same.
I think De
principle,
Bruyne's
right?
the third best player in the world. That's
Got
why
him.
I say that. That's why I say that. But Coutinho, I don't know. When I saw him play, he had those moments of like, he's a baller, right? But then he would have games against United for the past since like
Watch him
20
over 38 games.
for
This dude was
2014
special.
since 2014 when we played Liverpool. He was never a part of like anything. Like we haven't lost to them in the league.
You guys focused in solely on him, and you shut him down.
Shut
Your
him down.
goal was.
But that's
let's
what I'm
shut
saying.
down.
Watch him
You're
over
capable of
38
doing that.
games. This dude.
No,
was
that's the thing is he has
balling.
moments of brilliance, but like in a big game,
He's a kid. Again, he's a youngster.
bro, he's 25.
Yeah,
I'm
but
23.
you were talking
Am I
about
young?
Liverpool. You
Am
were
I
talking
young?
about him
I
at
feel like
Liverpool.
I'm 40 and I'm 23.
No, but you were talking about him at Liverpool. He was 23, 22, 23.
The season he wasn't. He didn't show up in the big games. This
Look,
season.
my thing is this whole like showing up in the big games like it's not a
overrated,
5-on-5
man. It's
game.
not-
It's not a
it's not.
1-on-1 game, man. It's 11v11, dog. Your whole team has to show up. Like, okay, can you be the driving force? You may not get the goal or assist, but hey, nice cut by the way. Finally take that hat off.
Thank you.
But are you gonna be that guy? I think that's a little bit overrated, right? Now, if you disappear, that's a different story, right? When you hide, and you can see sometimes
Messi.
players hide in big games, that's a different story. But if you're not that guy, man, I have
if
to
you're
judge
doing your
you.
thing-
I have to judge you on 38 games or
Yeah, man.
however many games you played within that year. Look at your goals, look at your assists, and then actually look at
Look
your
at your
performance.
impact.
But
Yeah,
just going off of that point, like let's just look at last week, for example. Like, you can be the driving force, but there are people who are the guy. Like, Alexis Sanchez and Paul Pogba last week were the guys. Like,
What did he do this week? You lost to West Brom.
I understand.
So does that mean he's not?
No. But last week was a big game. Last week was a huge game.
Today was a big game too.
No.
man.
But
I
we were playing
understand.
Man City.
But that's the thing, man. It's easy.
That's
It's
empty.
easy to show up for
Yeah,
those
you can
games,
show up
dude,
for those
because
big
you
ones.
grow up dreaming about playing Man City. Playing West Brom, that's the hard game, dude. Look, I understand as far as difficulty, it's not, but showing up and playing, that's the harder
There's pros
game.
and cons,
man.
yeah, to both.
Speaking of big games, Wayne Rooney scored against Man City, and Liverpool this season. Should have had a goal against United too. Still got it.
I love it, Al.
Yeah,
No, we go back. No, Al makes a
Tried
point.
and
He
true
makes a
with the
fucking
Rooney,
point.
man.
Scores against the big
Malaga-
teams when it matters. All right.
Malaga 1, Real Madrid 2.
Let's go.
Madrid finally not finally, but
third and third.
trying to chase an impossible target in Barcelona, who looks like they have this one wrapped up. But Isco and Casemiro scoring this one.
Isco was integral. He was the guy today. Like, the first goal, free kick from like just outside the box, beautiful, and then he just puts it on the plate for Casemiro to just tap it in. And Isco, I don't know, this guy's weird because at the beginning of every season he's hot garbage. When it comes time, the crunch time, especially in the Champions League, the crunch time, this guy comes alive.
It's
And
nice.
he-
You know what it is?
Ronaldo
He
wants him.
He needs a manager who believes in him. He's one of those
Exactly.
guys.
Yeah,
The
well, that's what he
talent
said
is
himself, yeah.
undoubted, right? Ever since he called Zidane out a couple of weeks ago, Zidane's been playing him, and he's been getting ducats.
Dude,
So-
because Zidane is, he's not a softie. You know, he's not going to wipe your ass like Pep.
But I think Isco's a guy
You
to
know what I mean?
believe in. That's a guy to believe. Like, look at his talent and look.
Dude, he's an A-class prime
Come on,
piece
bro.
of meat. You
You're
have to believe in
you're
this
at
guy.
You have to play him.
Yeah, you have to.
Dude,
And you have to
Ronaldo
nurse
wants
him
him.
in the
The
media.
stories that Ronaldo wants him sold.
Because he
Ronaldo
smells the
doesn't
heat.
like him on the field. Well, just like he dribbles too much, doesn't pass to Ronaldo every time he gets the ball.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
you know,
that's
so-
Listen, if
That's
Madrid
why
needs to get rid of an
Ronaldo-
offensive,
Whose team is it?
Ronaldo's.
It's
It's
no,
Zidane's team.
yeah,
It's actually
Ronaldo's
Perez's
losing it.
team.
Yeah,
It's the
Ronaldo's
owner's
losing
team,
the
mate.
team.
You
I'm
still
just
gotta
saying-
play
I'm
him
just
at this
saying-
point in the Champions League. When never mind.
I'm just saying, if Real Madrid have to sell an offensive player, it's Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema.
Oh, he's gone. Both of them are gone.
No,
Benzema, because he's just not-
Benzema's done this
Benzema's been
summer.
a soldier. He fucking put the numbers up.
He's got 400 appearances for the club, I believe.
He's like the fourth on Champions League top goal
Ben's is
scorers.
nice. Yeah, Ben's is
Like-
nice.
But
bro.
it means nothing.
He's done his job.
Yeah, it means nothing.
It's his time to go off to the pasture.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
go to PSG and clean up.
Exactly, man.
Or
French
go to
dude.
like Marseille or something.
AC
Lyon.
Milan.
Back home to Lyon.
Lyon.
AC
Jesus.
Milan 0, Napoli 0.
Bon burner.
Serie A footy over here.
Tough
Two-
for Napoli's title chances. That kind of seals it for Juve, kind of, I feel like.
Yeah, they might, man. Juve's also going to avenge. Now they don't have Champions League to focus
What
on
a
anymore.
way to go,
so
huh?
Absolutely disappointing. Lazio 0, Roma 0, and the Rome derby here as well. Stalemate.
It's a tight race, man, in Syria for that third and fourth spot.
Very important.
Champions
spot.
League.
How
Yeah.
far are AC Milan?
Do they have a fourth spot
AC
in
Milan
Syria?
are 8 points off of the third spot. But, I mean,
For fourth?
Inter is right there. It's 61, 61, and 60 points between Roma, Lazio, and Inter.
Yeah.
So it's a very
They have
close
four.
race.
And then-
They changed the rule.
I'd
Not-
like to
not
see.
everyone has
I'd
four.
like to see Koulibaly. Look, Arsenal sign Koulibaly. You know what I mean? Like any team that's got some balls. You looking how this dude plays, man. Physically, probably the strongest center back in Syria.
Young center back
and-
coming through, yeah.
And on top of it, he can ball. He's got feet. He can play. For me, a guy like
He's got
Koulibaly,
legs.
that's a guy you pluck. He could
Agreed.
go.
He's got feet.
Anyway.
He could play pretty much anywhere, man.
Anyway,
This guy.
I agree, man. And moving to France, we have new champions. PSG 7,
That
Monaco
sounds so
1.
weird to say new champions because I
Right.
feel like Paris just kind of dominate.
Yeah.
I hate Di Maria.
Why?
I hate Di Maria more than I hate Lukaku.
Why?
He's a rat. He's a
I just
scumbag.
don't like his nose.
No, I just don't like the fact that he took the money and ran away. Like when the going got tough, he just dipped out.
Hey, I'll tell you why he
Listen.
dipped out. LVG, bro.
He's trash.
Thank you.
He's
LVG
trash.
is trash.
He is trash. You were one, but Juan Mata stuck it out. Juan Mata, maybe not to
Look,
the
look,
levels
look.
of PSG, but like the Atleticos of the world would sign him.
Yeah, man.
Why
Look,
not
some
that-
some players don't have that heart. I agree with you. I don't blame him because like United didn't give him like everything. Like, hey, man, you're our guy. You're our next.
No,
dude.
we
Like the way
did.
Neymar's doing to PSG. I
No,
think that's
no, no,
fucked
no,
up.
Out of position.
no,
You
no,
played
but
Maria
like-
center mid.
we
And he
gave
was
him the numbers.
yeah, man. Look,
Listen,
I don't
he
get
was
his
red
family.
center
His
mid.
family got robbed, so his family got robbed in Manchester all the way. So his family didn't want any part of Manchester.
Did you see that goal he
I don't-
scored was
that
against like
scoop against
Leicester?
Leicester.
Scooped
That
it.
scoop
It
goal
was like
against
a
Leicester.
push chip. The man's
I remember his
trash.
first goal against QPR. free kick, and it like bent right at the last second. It just bounced by Rob Green. Cool, but then I don't agree with that because we did give him what he wanted. He came. He was the big money signing. We gave him the number 7 shirt. I think the number
put him out of position.
The number 7 shirt in and of itself should be enough for you to. All right, I'm the guy here. And okay, fair enough. When he first started, though, the first couple games,
you're not who you think you are anymore.
No.
You're that hot chick at the club who's like 34. That you used to be. You think you're like the 21-year-old.
That's not Di Maria.
You. No, I'm saying Snacks is coming at it like, man, you should be happy to wear our jersey. Like, you're not that same hot chick at 21, bro. The 34.
Relax.
Man United is that 34-year-old in the club who used to be hot, but now you got those wrinkles and
we
that
finished in 5th, and we were
still.
when we finished 5th, and we signed Zlatan. We finished 5th, we signed Pogba.
You still got that flabby ass, bro.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're missing out with Arsenal.
It does.
They still make top
you think you are.
signings.
Plays don't come in like.
Listen, bro, we
finished.
finished in 7th, and we signed him. We finished in 7th.
We're still hot, bro.
So why do you think he did? Why do you think he did you dirty?
Dude, the mistake-
He smashed
It's because
and
of
he bounced.
him.
He got his money and he bounced.
No, it's because of him. It's because his mindset is all right. Like when the going got tough, when the team wasn't catered for him anymore.
when the team was trash.
Okay, we finished in 4th that year, which wasn't bad. What our goal was to just get back in the Champions League that year, which is trash, sure, but
It's trash when look where he's coming from. He's coming from Real Madrid, the best club ever.
The mistake with Di Maria was signing him and trying to lean on him. He's not a guy to lean on.
Agreed.
He's a guy you lean on. Ronaldo and Benzema. He's on the
But
side
that's the
doing his
thing.
thing. We leaned on him. He's not that guy.
okay,
He's
but
not.
but the thing is I understand the whole off-field things, but David De Gea's girlfriend has been trying to get him to go to Spain for God knows how long. So
Don't blame him.
That personal stuff.
blame him.
That personal
So-
stuff. That
But if
to
he
me
had-
personally, I don't think about it. So when I look at it on the pitch, the first couple of games when he was arguably the best player in the Premier League at that time for that 2-week span, the team was catered for him and he was balling. But when the second that Van Gaal took it away from him, let's not forget Martial came in as a number 9 for United and then was shifted out wide. And not only did he play, but he got better as a player.
He scored 11 goals that first season for you guys.
And
Yeah,
he scored
top.
17 total. And all,
Yeah,
and all
11 league.
Di Maria, when he was shifted out of position, what happened? He scored maybe like 1 goal against Yeovil Town and then was anonymous the rest of the season. And then he blamed the manager. It's like, all right, dude, like it's your first season, and you guys all argue that like every player should get 12 months. Okay, he didn't have the best 12 months, so why leave if you know the team is going to get better?
But Snacks, why not?
That's
why do we want
true.
players who don't want to be there? Like he didn't want to be there. What's the point of like?
But my
holding
point
on
is,
to him?
why would you not want to be there? Because he
Because
doesn't have
First of all, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
That's why he doesn't have it
Snacks,
there.
I didn't
I'll
know he
tell you
wasn't
why.
promised certain
First
things.
of all, South American players always struggle in Europe. In England, sorry, not Europe, in England. So like, I don't expect South American players to be in love with Manchester United because they grew up watching Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Cold, it's wet. Man's
So, like,
got
when a
robbed.
South American
now
comes-
he's playing
yeah,
out
man.
of position. Now you're cold.
Okay, so then why
not the
blame him?
first guy who said LVG, like he didn't like his style of coaching, wasn't sure what was going on. That like LVG, bro. There've been players who've come out after. It's like, look, man, he
That was
just
a
wasn't
dark-
the guy.
I understand. No, I get that. But my thing is that
He's
the
not
whole,
the strongest.
You're expecting- you're
he's
expecting
somewhat
loyalty.
culpable, right? He's not like. I'm not saying Di Maria is 100% innocent in this, but what I'm saying is I can logically see why he got there. Things changed, and he was like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm going to Paris."
This wasn't what they
I can
promised
see
me.
why
yeah.
he did that.
that's just a poor mindset to think of, in my opinion. I'm
You're just
sorry.
not as hot as you think you are. This is what it is.
Benfica 0, FC Porto 1. Love Portuguese football. FC Porto doing work out here for Benny McCarthy. Old school, little shout out, street baller. And then wrapping it up with the Champions League semi-final draw came through. We got Bayern versus Real Madrid, AS Roma versus Liverpool. What do you think of that first one? Who's going through?
Real Madrid,
Just like that?
just like
Dude,
that.
Bayern have not been convincing. They've been limping in the Champions League. The league's a wrap, but they had to bring in fucking Yup mid-season
Yup.
to save them.
Yep.
But dude, if Yup wins a Champions League then walks away again, that'd be hilarious.
They-
There's a lot of
they hired a
storylines
new
in this shit.
manager.
I'm almost completely nonpartisan in this final. Hopefully Liverpool don't win it, because I have to listen to all the Liverpool fans, especially Hussey. But all these storylines are good. I don't care who wins. I want Zizou to win it. 3 in a row. 3 for him. Then he walks away.
Dude, I think CR7, a little bit of bro science. CR7's goal record against Bayern, something like 9 goals in like 6 games.
He scored a hat
Something
trick against
crazy
them
like
last year.
that. So, yeah, I got Madrid on PKs.
I got Madrid
Outright.
5-2. They haven't been scoring. I think Vidal's out for at least the first leg. Vidal's like
He's hurting.
Integral.
Dude,
He's integral to that. He allows Thiago to do what Thiago does because Vidal can hold back. He's like, all right, I'll take care of all the dirty work. You go out there and be the
But it
maestro.
is Bayern. They got
Although
other
Tolisso,
guys, right?
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Tolisso's
but
doing
but
work.
I just
Kimmich. No,
They got guys.
They got everybody.
Look,
They got Lewandowski, who
Bayern
might
on-
be going to Real Madrid.
I got Bayern on this one, man.
No
You're crazy.
way.
You're wild.
Dude, they scraped by
Why
Sevilla.
Why you guys acting like this
Yeah.
is like a
Scraped by
crazy
Sevilla.
upset? Okay,
Yeah,
Madrid are the
like,
favorites,
guys,
but
exactly,
Bayern,
man.
guys.
Fucking Bayern Munich.
With
Look,
Yup, the guy who just won, he won them the Champions League.
Look, technically, obviously, Juventus is a good team as well, but Real Madrid got a quote-unquote bailout. They earned that PK. It was
Dude,
legit.
Juve, let's give Juve their credit, man. I think
Coming back,
Juve
Mandzukic.
against Spurs, man, was
Juve
like, they
almost
turned it
choked
on.
against Spurs.
Dude, but then they showed their class and they brushed them aside in the end.
And Spurs
yeah.
did
Yeah,
beat
wait.
Madrid this year.
They did in the
remember
Champions League group stage.
Madrid is
And then
beautiful.
Juve ran 3-0 away to Madrid.
We gotta be careful with our
let me
math
say something.
here.
Let me
Yeah.
say something.
Football math.
Shout out to my guy Eames. He said Mandzukic would have been the perfect number 9 signing for United this season instead of Lukaku. I agree with that 100%.
Nice.
Yo,
He is the
renounce
veteran.
that shout out.
Bring your boy.
He is the
on
veteran.
The show, and we'll
Whenever
talk
he's
him off
free,
the
man,
ledge.
this is him.
We'll talk him off the ledge.
Yeah.
He's
Renounce that
he's a
suicidal.
veteran striker. Big moment. Listen,
another
let's be real.
striker
Let's
about
be
it.
real.
How many
Nothing
veterans are we
striker
going to buy?
about him.
Dog, you
We
know
can't
why
keep buying
Mandzukic
veterans,
is
man.
able
We
to
need
get
a
these
guy
goals?
to rely on.
There's a reason
Rashford's
why
that guy. If
There's
you
a
guys
Rashford's
are
that
No,
guy.
there's a reason why
he's not.
Mandzukic showed up to Juventus and they put him at left mid. There's a reason.
Yes.
No, he's not that badass of a number 9.
Because the actual
He's
guy.
not
tell that to
Yeah.
Keylor Navas. Say that. Tell that to Keylor
Keylor
Navas.
Navas out here fumbling and bumbling. Balls.
Blaise
That was
was-
a cross at the back post. That was Marcelo's fault, by the way, that goal.
Regardless,
Why you gotta bring up old shit?
Well, because he's talking about Keylor Navas.
Regardless,
Mandzukic.
regardless,
That
I
goal.
think Mandzukic would have been good because I believe Marcus Rashford is Manchester United's future number 9. He has to be the guy. And I think
I'm down with
Mandzukic is
that.
because Zlatan was too old. Mandzukic is still in his earlier 30s, so he could come hold the position. We could still
Watch, you know
challenge.
what's
We could
gonna
still challenge for
happen?
trophies.
Mandzukic is gonna be
Zero
the
swag
main
about
forward
him.
for Croatia. Watch what happens at the World Cup.
They win it.
Diddly
They win.
squats.
They
They
win.
win it.
AS
They win
Roma, Liverpool. What do you think of this
Oh
matchup?
my God, Liverpool
Roma.
actually have a chance at meeting
Roma.
in the final, dude. Dude, Klopp's gonna have a Europa League final, which he lost to Sevilla, and now a potential Champions League final.
He lost with
I
Dortmund,
think
too.
I think in a one-off, Madrid could beat Liverpool, but I think over 2 legs, Liverpool go to Anfield. I think anything can fucking happen, man.
Hold on,
I'm going
Madrid or
Roma.
Roma?
If it's
A fine. Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
the
my
final.
bad,
Yeah.
my bad, I see what you're saying. Doug, I think Liverpool just high presses the shit out of
And,
Roma. I don't. They haven't seen anything like
Dude,
this all
and
year.
the
is what
underground
I think it is.
storyline, Salah going back home, quote unquote, facing his club Roma, about to put ducats on these
if you
dudes.
stayed, bro, you could have got it too. You know, or would they be in the
I'm
same
going Roma.
spot?
I think that
Roma.
I'm going Roma because Liverpool have lost this season to bad teams. Barcelona haven't lost. You know what I mean? So I'm just going based on that alone. Now, I know
You doing
Liverpool.
football math.
I know.
I was saying,
I know Liverpool right now are balling. I know Liverpool right now are going off. And I know Barcelona weren't in the best of form, but apparently Messi's the best player in the world, which isn't true.
Barca wasn't.
But
Okay,
Barca
okay.
and Barca were up 4-1, I think it was in the first leg, or 3-1 or
They
something.
were up 3 goals.
No, yeah, they were up 4-1, and then they just let Roma come in, and no players. Roma took over that game, and maybe at the reverse fixture, they might get an away goal or two, and they might lose to Liverpool. But I think at the Stadio Olimpico, you got to fear them, especially after the way the crowd was just bouncing after the result
And
ended. It was wild. It was a
Yes.
sight to behold.
here's a sneaky thing, Snacks, is the fact that at that Stadio Olimpico, the second leg was played at Roma's home. That is a major advantage in Champions League. When your second leg is
Yeah.
played at home, that's the big tie.
Rally.
You're more comfortable.
Yeah.
That tends to happen with Barcelona a lot, actually, where the second leg,
It's
they
at the
played at the
Camp
Camp
Nou,
Nou.
yeah.
You
So
can't-
they'll
and
get
they
that
need
1-1,
6 goals.
0-0,
Yeah.
and then they'll thrash you. Same thing we saw happen against PSG.
Yep.
The reason I think they were able to make the comebacks because they were at home. So this one's a little different. Liverpool's getting that second
Dude,
leg
the
home tie.
atmosphere literally won them the game against Man City, the 3-0 game, where they smashed the bus, first of all. They got in the players' heads. And Anfield, literally,
That
when
was
Man
awesome.
City had the ball, they booed for 90 minutes. Anfield atmosphere is the best atmosphere
Dude, they
for a
haven't
stadium
tasted
I've
this in
seen.
over a decade.
That's why they're
You've
so
never been to
thirsty,
Old
bro.
Trafford.
Yo,
You've
my
never
bad.
been to Old
My bad.
Trafford.
I was wrong.
Old Trafford
My bad, I was
lately,
wrong
did you
about
see how
that point.
empty it was today? The
Yeah.
atmosphere is dying, bro.
I went, and
bro,
those
Stack, hold up,
Reds,
Stack,
they
look,
need
bleed.
football. You need the entertainment to
Bro,
get
bro,
the fans in it.
Liverpool actually plays the first home game. So
No, I thought it was
I
Roma.
read, yeah,
Roma plays home
He's
first.
reading it as
It says
the other way.
Liverpool versus
Gets
Roma.
in.
So
Roma gonna go
I'll
forward.
retract that point, but I still think Liverpool's a harder team.
Dude,
We'll see.
Roma fans.
For sure, no,
Roma
I
fans were
agree, but I
fucking
think
mental.
Roma. I just don't think you can write off Roma. Like I'm writing off Bayern to be completely fair. Like you can't write off Bayern, but I'm just like Cristiano Ronaldo's the best player in the world. They're playing out of their minds. Blah blah blah. But like
Edin
this,
Dzeko is going to destroy Lovren.
and Van Dijk, he's
What
gonna.
about Van Dijk though? Will he destroy
Van
him?
Dijk's susceptible himself. He's not Superman.
Word on the
They're
street,
big
he's a
boys.
suspect.
Big boys love
He's
playing
just
against
because
big
he's 6'5"
boys.
and can and tap dance doesn't mean he's good.
Can't sleep on El Shaarawy. Can't sleep on Nangolan. Can't sleep on Strootman.
I'm not sleeping on
De Rossi,
anybody.
can't sleep
you
on
make
him.
it to the semis, you about this life.
Absolutely.
But this
man.
is going to be a Monaco
It's anyone's game, man.
versus Juventus type deal. You,
Dude,
you don't
and-
have that experience, bro.
And in the Beta Cup, we got an Arsenal playing.
The
Atletico
Beta
Madrid.
Cup.
Horrible draw
This is
here
a cup
for you
you
guys.
come
The other
from.
side
No,
of
this
the
is
river.
perfect.
This is the
I
cup
don't
you
remember.
come
I don't
from.
remember. That was so long ago. Marseille versus Red Bull Salzburg on the other side.
Why couldn't we
This
get
is a
any of
terrible
those
draw,
teams,
bro.
dog? Why couldn't we get any of those teams
This is
right
the chance.
there?
This is the chance to show that Arsenal are about this life.
Enough.
Atletico have already confirmed that they're going to be in the Champions League next
No,
season.
I want Arsenal to win this cup just because that adds more English teams to the Champions League again next year. I
don't
love
want
that.
And it keeps
I
Wenger
don't.
around.
I don't.
I don't want
Awesome.
your pity love.
Keeps Wenger
it on.
around,
You
too.
fucks. I don't want your pity love.
I think Atletico. I think Arsenal will beat Atletico just because I don't know.
No way.
this
dude.
is the final.
I'm taking a
used
guess.
Carrasco?
This is it. This is the
I'm
final.
taking a guess. I'm taking a wild guess. I don't think Griezmann's going to show up. I think Lacazette, the way he's picking up form now, Ozil might be about this life. It all depends on Ozil, to be honest, on Arsenal side.
Come on, son. It all depends on
Obama
Mustafi.
bang.
Thank you.
That's who it depends
Mustafi
on.
and
He's the worst center back alive.
And Ospina. And you know Ospina's going to get hurt both games. But he'll get up and keep playing.
Dude, he's going to take a 5-minute nap during the game as he always does.
Oh, my God.
All right, that wraps it up for PFC 237. Well, it went a little bit long today, but felt necessary today. Premier League Match Day 34. Just to reiterate, Man City are champions. Surprise, surprise.
Hey.
Psych.
Did you hear what West Brom fans
Manchester
were
is
cheering?
blue, officially.
Yeah.
Manchester
Wasn't last week.
is blue.
Wasn't last week.
Bastards.
Bragging about the past when we're living in the present. That's like a
All right,
stale
guys.
snack right there.
Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next week as always. Peace.